Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I'm your host, Axel1324.
And I'm Cool Cat Terry.
And I'm Dreadful.
That's right. And guys, we are joined by a very, very special guest today, coming all the way from the next podcast, none other than my buddy, Xbot 448 or Space Bot Uranus 448 today. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I am here bright and early. Shout out to Axel, of course, Cool Cat Terry, and of course, all the Dreadites. Always need to unite for Dreadful. Guys, I can't wait, man. This is gonna be fun. And my first time here too. First time. Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. This is long overdue, Xbot. It's long overdue.
I'll try. Should I keep things tempered, or should I just say how I
no curse words? That's all I ask.
Okay, all right.
Curse words. Yeah,
all right. I'm gonna have to hold back the Italian in me, then, man. That's
Italian.
gonna be kind of hard. But I
anytime you feel like cursing, just say like "Mamma mia."
Yeah. So I get canceled by my Italian community. Beautiful.
Start saying random food. That's what you guys do.
Ravioli.
Maybe I'll just swear in Italian. Maybe we
What
could just
the
do it
lasagna is wrong with you?
Now I'm hungry, guys. Thank you. Like 9 a.m. and I'm hungry for like dinner food because of you.
Hey, man, for me,
that's right, guys. Let's check in with the iconic chat today. Coming in first is my brother Doggy Dog 420 coming in saying good morning, everybody. Good morning, Doggy Dog. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. We got Web Dave coming in and says, yo, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Web Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. You are also the real MVP. We got You're Wicked Hot saying good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Good morning, Hot. You are the real MVP. And Brandon Early, as always, is Fastback. As always, shout out to Fastback. He says, good morning, Xbox. Good morning, Fastback. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see who else am I missing. The Gina from the Xbox Live Party Podcast comes to us. And he says, good morning, all. Hope we are all having a beautiful Sunday. It is a beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And I believe, here we go. Dan, the man Cunningham, joins us. He says, hey, all, how's everyone doing? What's going on, Dan, the man Cunningham? Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And I think that is it. I am caught up with all the iconic MVPs right now. We'll let some more come in. But, guys, another week has gone by. So we're going to start with our guest. What have you been playing?
Oh, dude. All right. 3 games in rotation right now. One of them is more than the other one, but it's also the latest one I picked up. All right. So let's see. Vampire Survivors. I'm hooked. I'm absolutely hooked on that game now. Like when I first started playing it, it's really slow because you didn't really buy any of like the extra add-ons. You didn't really build your character. But once you start doing that, that God level that you feel when you got everything to like level 3, level 4, and you're just everything's just getting destroyed around you. I love like perimeter type stuff. So that game, of course, Starfield, guys. Let's be honest here. The game that just keeps on giving. Dude, to this day, there new stories, places, people are discovering new things, like new narratives. Like it's absolutely amazing, and I am so happy to actually be all in on a Bethesda release from day one, because I was really not in. I haven't been that way since like Morrowind, which was quite a while ago.
Yeah, that's some time.
Yeah, so like I'm there day one on this one. It's absolutely great. And the most controversial, and believe this, it is the most controversial, NBA 2K24, because they are finally getting called out for the egregious microtransaction situation in there. Now, when I pick up that game, I expect that I'm going to be spending extra money like throughout the year. I already know that. But to see that the gaming media and stuff are finally calling it out to the point where I feel next year there's going to be a change. They're going to need to do a serious change. But in terms of the actual game, the animations and stuff that they have in there now, it's beautiful. I'm a huge basketball fan. It's my number one sport. So I got the anniversary edition. I got the year of NBA League Pass, so I can watch all my games. Yeah, so like I'm all in on that. But dude, it has been such a great time. Like the 3 games, if you ever notice, when I ever talk about my games in rotation, they are almost completely different than each other.
Yeah, variety is the spice of life.
That's what I like, man. That's why I'm an Xbox gamer. That's why Xbox, from the first Xbox, they drew me right in, right from
Yes.
Sega all the way to like right over to Xbox. I was like, they have that same mindset.
Same.
Yeah.
You're a Sega kid? I didn't know that.
Oh yes.
Yes, another Sega faithful. Ready, real quick in the chat. Obviously, my brother Doggy Dog says Mortal Kombat 1 is absolute fire. I know he's been playing that, doing some Scorpion fatalities. I saw that. Shout out to Doggy. And the Gina says, just saw someone customize the inside of their craft. I'm 30 hours in and didn't realize this was a thing. The game is so deep. It really is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I love what somebody did. Jez Corden. Shout out to Jez, man. He shared it out there, but somebody did their own rendition of the Milky Way in space.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With the
Where
milk
they
cartons.
spawned a bunch of milk jugs and ran over them.
Yeah, ran through it, and then you look back at it, and that's what it was supposed to be like. The line, the Milky Way, like that was freaking awesome.
So awesome! It is awesome. Starfield is the game that the more you give, the more you get. Right? Todd Howard said. God Howard said it.
Oh,
Terry,
no.
what have you been playing?
Okay, so I've been playing a little bit of Call of the Wild: The Angler. I've been enjoying that, and I've done some Starfield. You know, I've been trying to get into it because you know how much I hated it. But I'm getting into it because now that I fixed the issue with being able to get the stuff quick on the quick slots, it's made the game a lot more enjoyable than having to go through the inventory every 2 seconds. So that has definitely helped out a lot. So I'm enjoying the game more than I did before. So I'm still there. I'm not obsessed with it like the Starfield folks are, but it's a good game for what I'm playing. To me, it's just Fallout. So I think for me, it's overhyped. It's just Fallout. It's got some extra stuff that Fallout didn't have, but it's still Fallout. All right, but it's good. It's good. And I've also been playing some Motorfest.
Yo, Terry, I gotta say, I just want to say real quick because you're saying it's Fallout, which is great. But I think the thing is with it, it's more akin to what people think about Fallout 3, as opposed to like maybe Fallout 4, and definitely Fallout 76 is not even on the table.
I wouldn't even know
in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah,
it's a Fallout, but it's like the better Fallout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I like 3 and 4. 3 was definitely better than 4 though. And the reason why I hated 4, base building and having to sit there and have to defend them, which guess what? Starfield has. So screw that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to base build until I can get Guardian robots.
They keep telling me, yo, you should go build a base. No, I don't want an outpost. Okay, because then I have to defend the outpost.
But then you get so many companions, and you're just like, oh man, I want them all to be companions, and you'll run into like some randoms that have some really good stats.
For the base,
like I need a base.
Yeah.
For the base that I don't care about. Yeah.
Yes.
Send them packing. Like I don't care. Go away.
All right.
You guys die out there? Don't call me. Okay, I don't care.
Back to the unemployment line.
At your own risk situation.
All right.
That's right.
I'm gonna be the silent like partner of ownership of this outpost. I don't want to know anything about it. All right.
He just wants to
You're
collect
going to be the angel investor that just collects dividends.
If you guys get resources I can use, I'll take that. But other than that,
yo, she is like the epitome of what have you done for me lately in
Right.
that's about it.
Yeah, that is Terry. But I'm glad you played Motorfest because we that's one of our topics later today. So we'll be looking towards your expertise.
Okay.
Dreadpool, I know you've been busy getting ready for Halloween, but have you had any time to play?
No.
Oh.
I just pulled an 83-hour work shift.
Ooh.
Did a convention. And then still try to work on the Halloween stuff. So yeah, no. I haven't had time to play anything, not even games of like, to joke around on Twitter or any of that stuff.
You didn't even play Twitter?
He's not even poking bears right now, man. No poking.
No poking bears, no poking bots.
Yeah, no, like my all the bruises on my ribs are gone. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Here we have Fastback says, "Cool Cat Terry is cruel Cat Terry."
Oh, I like
Oh.
it.
I'll take
Love
it.
it.
That's nice.
That's a good nickname. Yeah. So obviously, I have been playing Starfield and only Starfield. Really, like in my head, I'm like, I should really download the Crew Motorfest. They have a 5-hour demo. I should definitely try it. But the stars call me, my crew calls me, and I'm just like, I must go on an adventure. And like, some of the adventures I go on aren't even like, I don't know, real adventures. It's just me messing around and finding out. As I said, I built myself basically a semi to transfer everything. I have like over 3,000 cargo space.
Whew. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there's no such thing as running out of cargo space in my world, in my Starfield, right?
But when's it transforming?
Right? I totally should make it into Optimus Prime. But no, it's rather sleek. You know, I like the slick look, but I couldn't find anywhere to put the weapon, so I had to put the weapon rails on it. And it looks sweet. It's a modified. Well, it started off as a
Hold on.
pirate
What
ship
class?
that I
Hold on.
stole.
What class, sir? We're talking.
Well, it started off as I don't even know what class it is. Is there a class?
Because I still only fly
There's-
class A.
yeah.
So like,
Oh, well, then I guess it's class A because I'm flying it. So I stole a ship, right? I stole a ship, and I'm like, oh, this ship has a really nice bridge. I really like this bridge. And I basically took that ship and I deleted everything about it except the bridge and built like I built the science lab and
Mhm.
the workshop on it because it's like the only usable real areas in the ship. And then I built the command center. And then everything else is just pure cargo. And I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta put a docking
tell me you
something
put a
on here. So I
weapon
put a
storage
docking
pod in
something on
there.
it.
because
Huh?
the weapon storage looks cool, man. Like you hang your weapons on the wall. Yo, your companions throw different weapons up there and stuff
Really?
like that. Tell me you did a weapons.
I did not. I was
Oh,
thinking about putting
You gotta
a
change
brig
one of
on
those
there.
out. Definitely, because they will put new weapons up on there. It's not all up to you. They'll put new weapons on there.
Nope, they're not allowed to touch my stuff.
Listen to you. I'm not talking to you, Terry. I already know. I already know what type of commander you are.
Okay,
Okay.
if you put something on my wall, they're gonna get hit with it. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
We got
They're gonna learn
Space
to-
Pirate
Gosh.
Terry over here just
Yes.
taking over
I
the
know, right?
galaxy,
This
man.
is my ship.
Freaking
That's
control
my
freak.
wall. I'm like, you may be
Dude.
part of my crew. You have permission to breathe my air. You are not. You do not put
Breathe my
anything on my wall.
See, yo, guys, Axel, Terry, yo, Dread. This is why. This is why when people talk about Game of the Year, this is why I put Starfield in there. The conversations we're having right now, everything is so distinct, detailed, and different from
Yes.
each other. That like, what other games besides Fallout, Terry? Besides Fallout, what other games are doing that for you right now? Yeah,
Hmm.
Right now,
none.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's so funny because
Snowrunner.
like before Starfield, Tears of the Kingdom was my hands down game of the year, hands down. And now I'm gonna have to go and play them side by side to see which one is gonna be my game of the year.
Nice. I
But-
was still on Hogwarts until Starfield came out. I was still like,
yeah, that came out this year too.
yeah, it came out early this year. That's why I keep bringing it up because I'm like, yo, it was this year. And before these games came out, you know what I'm saying? That was the game that immersed you, So like it was Hogwarts at first, but Starfield, man, like it's so expansive. And again, the different stories in it, like I gotta go that way, man.
I just like every day I end the day, there's 1,000 planets. So every day I just decide to go land on a random new planet and check it out. And the stuff I've run into that's not even story based is incredible. So when people are like, oh, land on another boring planet, it's like, dude, are you even exploring?
Yo, for real. Dude, you know what I look for? On my star map, I look for ships that are orbiting moons. I look for space stations. I look for the little gray circles off of the planets. I love exploring those things. I love docking on a derelict ship and seeing what was going. There's a story inside these things.
Yes. The big one.
Yeah, I'm not going detailed, man. I'm just
No.
saying to send people out there to look. Yo, and then when you see what is going on and what happened and like possibly the reason why nobody's there, it's amazing to get in there and actually see all the stuff they thought out story-wise, crazy.
Yeah, and then you read the computer logs to find out what happened. Oh,
Yes.
it's just
Beautiful. Mwah.
yes, and that was my Italian side coming out right there.
Yeah, I was right with you.
I watched too many Goodfellas movies, guys. Too much Godfather, too much Goodfellas, Scarface. I guess Scarface wouldn't count as Italian, but whatever, But yeah,
Close enough.
Close enough. Mob movie. But anyways, guys, so that's what we've been playing. Let's get right into these topics. And up first, guys, make sure you got a credit score of 700 or above because Xbox has put out an Xbox credit card. This comes to us via Xbox. Oh, where did it go? Did I lose it? Oh my goodness, I did. Share screen. Here we go. This comes to us from the official Xbox Wire website. Introducing a new Xbox MasterCard, a new way to earn more value for gaming. So, we're going to skip all the crap and go straight to the good stuff. So this is a MasterCard. It comes in 5 different designs right here. Right? You got design number 1, design number 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
2 is invisible. I want that one.
The silver one? The platinum trophy?
See.
I'll take 4.
That's what I was thinking too, man.
I'm looking at number 1 or number 3. I love the green.
I want a black card, just so I could say I got a not only Microsoft but a MasterCard black card.
Yeah, I haven't had a MasterCard in a long time. But the big point to this credit card, obviously, is the Xbox partnership. Barclays Bank is doing it. Barclays is famous for doing a lot of partnership cards. So they have some of the outlets. I think they do the Best Buy card, if I'm not mistaken. They do the branded cards. So Barclays is a bank. Of course, Barclays, you can get a Barclays card just if you bank with them. But they do a lot of partnership cards, a lot like Synchrony Bank does. So Synchrony and Barclays are the two partner card
that's
companies.
The company that has the sponsorship for the New Jersey Nets or Brooklyn Nets Stadium, right? Or
I have no idea.
It's called the Barclays.
Jersey.
It's called the Barclays. Hey, man, I'm bringing worlds together right now is what I'm doing, okay?
New
Jersey?
Jersey?
That's what I do, man. Yeah, I know Brooklyn. I got you. I grew up with Kenny Anderson, Derek Coleman, and New Jersey Nets, okay? So, but, yeah, the Barclays. So, yeah, that's a big-ass bank, bro.
It is a big bank, yes. So it is a partnership card, just Xbox branded. So the Xbox branding gets you some good stuff. So first off, if you buy games or if you buy Xbox-related stuff,
we don't,
including the Microsoft Store, not only do you earn your Microsoft points, but you also earn 5 times card points on eligible products. So just so you know, each point is worth 1 penny.
So yeah, so Microsoft. So if you get like PC stuff, you're getting the next version of Word.
Yeah, if you buy, I don't know, if you buy another hat, maybe you can, every so for like let's pretend you buy $20 worth of stuff. Every point is worth a penny, so you get $100 worth of points. I think. Right.
Imagine buying like a new Surface or something like that.
I
with
just
that
bought
card.
one too.
Yeah.
I just bought one.
Oh, see, you should have held up. You should have held up, man.
Points, man.
You would have got points.
I know. And it's just it like they announced this after the return period.
Ah.
So yeah, there we go. And Mr. Joanna Dark says, I have the black one with the green Xbox logo. This one right here. Oh, shout out to Mr. Joanna Dark. First off, thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And he says he got 5,000 points on his first purchase of Barbie. Also got MK1 to get more points. Yeah, to stack them. And so then you also get points for paying for streaming services such as Netflix and Disney. Maybe I can't see Paramount Plus not being part of this because they have the Halo series. So, yeah. So there you go, streaming. Dining services earn 3 times card points, like Grubhub and DoorDash, and everything else just gets you a penny a point.
Yeah, that third point just tells me they're like, yeah, gamers don't go out to eat at all. They're just like, send the food here. Like, that's all it is.
You won't believe how true that is. I used to do door dashing to make a little extra money to pay for something, to help me pay something. And I was like, I'll just DoorDash for a while. I delivered to so many guys that were just IT guys or streaming guys. It was insane. Like, you wouldn't believe how true that statement is.
Like, all right, what are you playing today? Like, what are you playing?
Yeah.
Let me know. I want to know. Yeah.
I would get into little conversations with them if they wanted to.
It's like, that game is trash. And then runs away.
So card members also get access to more benefits, including 5,000 card points, a $50 value after their first purchase. And this is the part that kind of makes me upset. 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for new Game Pass members after their first purchase. If they're already a Game Pass member, they could easily gift it to a friend to play together.
Oh, that's nice.
But I don't think so, man. Why do I want to gift that? I need 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Well, at least give me a month.
Yeah, give me
You know what I
something.
mean?
I'm the card holder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that one. All right.
Well, I
Choice of
heard
5 iconic designs.
I hear what you're saying, but I like that, like, the option to give it to somebody, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I agree that they should give something to you, but that option to also like be able to give something to a friend, I think that's cool. I like that. I'm not saying I'm down with the card or anything, but that little thing, you don't really see that in terms of an option in things like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool, in my opinion.
Yeah. And okay, so Mr. John the Dog did verify here. If something costs $60, you times it by 5, and that is your points. Yeah. Good. That's what I thought. And here we have Death Dealer saying, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Death Dealer. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to catch our show later tonight, Majestic Mayhem, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Your choice of 5 iconic designs. Flexibility to use with contactless payments and digital wallets. Free online access to card members' FICO credit score. That's actually kind of cool. And receive alerts. So my bank already does this for me. But it is nice that they put it on there. But this is the most important one to me. $0 fraud liability protection. And of course, this is very hard to prove, but you do have to prove it. And terms and conditions apply. So, terms and conditions.
Woo!
Oh, always. Dude,
First off,
Woo! That's
look at
high.
these interest rates, guys.
That's so high.
All right,
Oh,
so
no.
this is if
Oh,
you're
my
below a
God.
700. This is if you're below 800, and this is if you have an 800. It's typically how this goes.
That's a hell no.
So, if you got amazing credit, this is what you'll get. And
That's still too high.
that's way high.
It's way too high.
It's way high. Like anything above 15%, I am cringing at on a credit card. Now, understand a credit card is not the same as a debit card, guys. So,
Like,
yeah. It's not looking great for me. But I am, this is what I would be, and I'm just not happy with that. That is so high. So, yeah.
the thing about it is, like, I agree that the entry level and stuff like that is really high, especially when you're talking about gaming. It's such a wide range now. Yes, granted, like, older people, us seasoned veterans, yes, we still exist and we still game, but they're like the breadth going from single digits into the teens, 20s, and there's such a wide range. This would be a good card if there was like parental kind of like stipulations on it that a parent could use for their kid, where they can earn points to buy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it'll teach them how to use their credit. Stuff like that. But this is
never teach my kids how to use their credit on a card with this high of interest.
No, I know. I got you. I'm saying like this is just like, it's like a half thought kind of like idea that they put out into fruition here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was some cool things, but then you look at the structure behind it and you're like, oh, hell no. No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Mr. John the Dark is right. Those rates are normal for these types of cards. I have an Apple card that finances tech for me, and the rates are like this. Pay your stuff on time. Yeah, that's responsible people.
I was gonna say, well, I ever since like me and my fiance broke it off, I've controlled the bills, and all my bills have been on time for multiple years now. Thank God. But like, you can have this work for you if you're in it just to get the points and stuff. Like they talked about the streaming services. You just put the streaming services on this card to get paid off, and you're making bank in terms of like, you know, stuff that you're going to purchase on Xbox. Like, you know, you're building up something there. Now, granted, like you said, the percentages are crazy here, but you don't really have that much invested into it, and you're getting the most out of it. I feel like there would be people out there that can definitely work this to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? For their gaming advantage. Yeah.
Let's talk about gaming advantage. So right here, how to avoid paying interest on purchases. This is the most important thing on any credit card. Your due date is due at least 23 days after the close of each billing cycle. We will not charge you interest on purchases if you pay your entire balance by the due date each month.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
There you go. If you are charged interest, the charge will be no less than 50 cents. Okay, so like if you have like $1 on your credit card, you're paying 50 cents interest. At least. So yeah. But guys, as always, we are not financial advisors. We are just gaming guys and girls. We are not fiduciaries who have your best interest in mind for your money. I frankly don't care. but definitely seek out a trusted financial advisor or hire a fiduciary to find out if this is right for you.
Always ask too, if you're looking to get a card, always ask if they charge you once a year just to have the card, even if you don't have anything on it, and find out if they will still charge you, because some cards, even if you haven't used it and it's paid off, they will charge you for having it.
The account maintenance fee.
Yeah.
Yes.
The account
The annual
maintenance fee.
the maintenance fee.
Because they need to maintain your account, because that takes work, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, look at it. Late payment, $41. Wow. And of course, all the rest of the cool stuff that nobody likes to read. But it's there. But guys, so is this something you're interested in applying for to get that Xbox branded credit card? I mean, you got the hat, you got the shirts, you got the mugs, you got to represent, guys. Are you going to start charging with Xbox Pride on you? We'll go to Xbox first.
Well, first off, I don't have any of the apparel. So if anybody wants to send me some of this apparel, I will be gladly to share my address. But anyway,
go to GameStop. They always have buy one, get one free, because they can't sell nothing. So they're trying to give it away. So go get some.
Yo, I love BOGO. I love BOGO except for the bow part. You know what I'm saying? That's the only part. But yo, I mean, again, I want the perks to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then there are definitely a lot of negatives, financially. So, I mean, I'm good. I got other ways. I'm doing my searches and my surveys through Bing. I'm getting all my I'm playing Game Pass games. I'm getting my points, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I can see people making out with this, even though the numbers are high, as long as they, I don't know, what's that word? Oh yeah, be responsible.
What's that word? Saying? Responsibility.
Yeah. It's like the words common sense, because if common sense were common, I wouldn't have to bring it up all the time. But I don't know. Like I said, the cool perks that are gonna attract a gamer.
Yes,
especially a gamer that is responsible with them. They'll be like, "Oh, okay." But for me, I'm good right now. And I it's gonna be funny to see how if this blows up or whatnot. I want to see if this actually becomes a thing. Then,
all right, Terry.
No.
No.
I do not have a single credit card. The only card I have is my debit card because that's my money. I don't believe
credit, Terry. You got to get credit.
I don't need credit. Why would I need credit? Okay, I don't need credit. My husband has the credit with his, Navy stuff. So like, why would I buy anything on credit when he gets everything tax free? Like, why? That's stupid. Buy a car. He can buy a car tax free from the dealer. I can't do that. No.
Yeah,
I don't need credit.
No point in you doing that if he can get it tax free.
Yeah, he gets everything tax free because he's got 100%, disability with the VA. So like,
You don't
no
even pay
reason.
property taxes?
No property taxes.
Wow.
None of that. Yeah. So
I mean, not that it's
I don't
great that
need
he's
it.
disabled, but it's that is a great
yeah.
benefit.
So like, we got it. We're good. I don't need
Yeah.
a credit card. I don't want a credit card. This is me. People, I know people who have credit cards and they think it's their money. It's not your money.
It's
That's
not.
the bank's money.
No, it's
Every
borrowed
time
money.
you swipe it, you've just signed up for another bank loan. Okay, so no, I'm 100% against them. But I understand sometimes there's a need for them, but use them responsibly. Okay, you can get into serious trouble very, very quickly with these things. So be careful.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, I've seen it.
it-
Ex-girlfriends. I've definitely seen it before. Oh my goodness.
It is giving me a flashback though because it's MasterCard. Okay, quick story. Once back when I used to live in the very, very crappy state of Illinois, in Chicagoland,
Hey.
Go Bulls,
I
baby.
will-
Go
I will-
Bulls.
I will crap on Illinois all the time because that state I hate that state. Okay. But, all right. I
And
hate
the worst thing about
California more,
Illinois
though.
is the Chicago pizza.
At least
I
Cool
do
Cat
miss-
Terry
I
can
do
say
miss-
Illinois correctly,
You know?
Axel.
Illinois.
But,
Okay,
so-
that's how it's
Oh
spelled.
my gosh, I had
That
to
Chicago
go
thin
into
crust.
I had to go into one of like the government buildings to do like registrations and stuff.
Mhm.
And I remember the only method of payment they would accept was MasterCard. They wouldn't take cash. They wouldn't take Visa. They wouldn't take anything. It was MasterCard only. And I was like, what kind of BS is, how are you going to tell me that you will not accept any form of payment except for a MasterCard? You kidding me? Get the F out of here. I was like, so screw them. Screw them. So yeah, if you don't have a MasterCard on you, you'd be screwed. You'd be screwed. Guess what? You're not registering that car. So
Terry, you broke the rule.
you
can't say get the F out of here. You got to use food. You should have said get the
Yeah.
fettuccine out of here.
Ooh. Hey, and I've
Alright,
been good.
so-
I've been good so far. I just want to throw that out
So-
there. I've been
So
really
yeah,
good.
no. So screw that nonsense. I don't. So yeah, no. It's
Dread knows.
it's-
Like, if I can go through a show without swearing,
I wanna
that's gonna
check
be a
in.
miracle.
So yeah, it is just reminds me of like MasterCard because like I would have no reason to ever have a MasterCard, but I had to get a MasterCard just to register my car. Like, you kidding me? You kidding me?
Man,
So-
somebody lobbied hard over there. Let's check in with the iconic chat real quick. We got Happy Cloud Gamer saying, hello guys, good morning Xbox, good morning Happy Cloud Gamer. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And Happy Cloud Gamer says, I promise your bank love gives you as much credit cards. Stay strong and say no. So he's saying your bank cards will be better. That is true. Bank cards are better than third-party cards if you can get them. Certain banks are, it's very, very difficult to get a bank card. They will not just give credit to anybody.
And they gotta initiate earning points on Xbox.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? That too.
Dude,
Come on,
if
man.
this was offered through Navy Federal, I'd be in right now. Let's see. Crazy Greek Dude says, yo, what's going on, Crazy Greek Dude? Thank you so
Crazy.
much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And Fastback says it. Illinois, exactly how it's spelled.
No.
Okay,
Wow.
so it's Arkansas and
Arkansas.
Kansas, right? So now it's Arkansas. That's how it's spelled.
It's
Ooh.
okay, Zens. I'm just kidding.
I
Hey, shout out
will-
to
I
Scott
will
Free for
accept-
joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. It says there's a Sony Visa as well. They keep sending me application forms. No, thank you either. I didn't know that. I did not know
I was
that.
gonna say I will accept Illinoisia because it's hilarious. Okay,
And
that's
it's not Missouri, it's misery.
That's like
Misery.
Illinois and amnesia put together. Illinoisia.
oh my god. Because I'm originally from Wisconsin and my husband's from Chicago,
Oh, you're a
right?
cheesehead. That's why.
So when we would when we would go up to Wisconsin because we're gun owners and you'd go to Wisconsin, so you wouldn't go to Chicago. So anyways, the one guy up there, he was a real great guy. And he's like, oh, it's my Illinoisians. So-
Illonesians. Wow.
That one great guy up there, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to understand you as a person. Okay, that one great guy.
No, I
That
said
one
he's.
great
I said
guy.
that not that one great guy, but like he is a great guy. Like he
No,
is.
I got you. I got you.
But,
I got you. I'm
But
hearing
yeah,
it.
no, it was just you know, it was one of those things. Like he's the only person I've ever heard say Indonesia. And I was like, okay, I can accept it 'cause it's funny.
About to get
You
the
know,
wrath of the
you know,
Fighting
being from
Illini.
Colorado, I knew a person that would say Colorado, and it would drive me nuts.
Colorado.
It is
Yeah.
Colorado.
It's Colorado.
No, it's Colorado.
It's
And
a
it-
way.
and, you know, we
it's a
call
way.
ourselves
It is a
Coloradoans.
way. You can ask the
And some people would
Mandalorian.
call
It
you
is a way.
Coloradians,
Okay.
and it's not the same. It's Coloradoans.
Hey guys, when are we going to talk about Forza Motorsport though?
We will.
Yeah,
Give us a second here. We'll get into it. This is the show, Bob. This is the show.
I got people on social media. I put up a little quick like clip, right? It shows a Honda Civic Type R kind of going into a corner on the inside, right?
Yeah.
It hit the bump, and you saw like there's things I saw. I was like, wow. I was like, so many advancements in just that little screenshot, like that little clip, right? So many people underneath it, like, oh, what are you talking about? Oh, it looks the same. Oh, like I'm like, really? That's why I want to talk about it. That's
So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right.
Okay,
So let's finish it up. Dreadpool, MasterCard.
Oh yeah.
he owns
whatever
his
you-
own bank, so it's good.
I do. We have the Bank of Dreadites.
Yes.
Dreadite National.
Yes, yeah, that too. We got to watch those ones because they could get too hairy. But yeah, when you talk about getting these cards, definitely be responsible, because you know, when I first got it, I was a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
and I was irresponsible. I didn't really understand, like, you got to pay this up front right away. It's not a loan where you can just make your minimum payments. So that is like the key thing to as a non-professional advice. Okay. So
Dreadpool back in the day buying all them pimp suits is what it
Pimp
was.
suits.
The zebra
I
stripe, the
bought-
purple, like it was all going on.
I bought the mini disc player from Sony.
Oh no.
$500. It was like $5.99, right?
Oh
So
my gosh.
I bought that. I bought the mini disc. That thing was killer. I bought CDs. I bought the DivX player. You know what I'm saying? So I went all out.
The Discman wasn't good enough for him.
No,
Okay.
no, we had to, you know,
Dang.
new level of tech. That's what I'm saying. I'm a tech head, and I was a huge tech head back then that had no clue what he was buying. Well, I did know what I was buying. I just had no clue of how I was buying and how I was going to make these payments. You know what I mean?
That
And I
magic
was just,
plastic card, man. That's how you get it in
Yeah,
your hands.
because I don't have
bro.
the money now. I could pay it later, and that's what happened. So
then
this is
later
a-
comes and you're like, crap.
10 years
Well,
later,
no,
you're
I'm
still
just making.
crap.
I'm making the minimum payments. You know, so I'm making. Hey, it says $20. Okay,
So
I'll
none of
pay
that's
20
going
bucks.
down. You got the
Yeah.
interest kicking
Exactly.
in. Oh my goodness.
Exactly, and and it just keeps on compounding. And I'm like, cancel my card. Well, yeah, you can cancel the card, but guess what? You still owe that money, and all that interest keeps on compounding.
Yep.
So yes, be understanding, and not just responsible, understanding of how this works. It took me years to get out of that hole. Okay, so that's a life lesson that you guys should learn from some other idiots' mistakes.
Mhm.
Okay, I never learned that information ahead of time. So, and we didn't have any idiots before me doing this. So, this is your life lesson.
And
If you're going
they're,
to do it, understand what you're getting into and
They're very-
understand the process.
they're very predatory too. So if you have kids that
Oh,
are
yeah.
teenagers, be watchful of that, because when I was a teenager, as soon as I didn't even think I was 18 yet, and they were already sending like applications for cards in the mail in my name, and I wasn't even 18 yet. So
Yeah, they did the
Be-
same thing with me.
You know what?
be ready.
You know what, guys? Our generation grew up with nothing. When we became adults, we got nothing, right? You got to set your kids up for their future. Dreadpool, take this card out on Tiny Giant's name, charge it the hell up. Imagine how
Oh,
much
God.
better of a person she's going to be when she starts being an adult with less than nothing.
and how much she's gonna hate me for putting her further behind in life. Yeah, sure. I haven't even gone to college to get student loans, and I'm already in the hole.
Yeah.
You heard about behind the 8 ball? Well, now you're behind 3 8 balls. So you're going to be a great person.
That's
no
right.
problem.
You got to screw over the next generation. It is the American way, everybody.
You're off the
Yes.
table. So yeah, I mean, if you think about it, for the benefits that you get, the card is worth it.
If
But
you're an
again,
Xbox gamer, yeah.
again, it's a on the Xbox side, it's well worth it. You know, the rest of the stuff, you have to figure it out. What's worth it for you. I would never, ever, ever, and my wife knows it, and she's on the same boat. Never, ever, ever. And I'm sorry, Axel, I don't care. Do Uber Eats. The markup on all that, just
it's
you know what I
crazy
mean?
high.
I should
Mhm.
just
I don't
charge-
order
about, bro?
from
I got
them,
Uber
but
One,
I
man. I
drove
got
for
Uber
them.
One.
Yeah, I can go to like Chipotle in person and get my burrito for like $11. If I go on DoorDash, it's gonna cost me over 20.
Yeah, like $25.
I
Yeah,
should
it's
charge
like-
myself
cool.
every time I do something like that. Okay,
Charge
I'm gonna
myself.
order and pick up at the store, and then here's my self charge back, and then throw it in in Tiny Giant's bank. Here you go. Look, build up her account. But I mean, seriously, it's stuff like that. You got to pay attention. I'm sure Xbox probably wasn't paying attention, but did you know I got my first Series X? I only paid $200 using the Microsoft reward points.
Good
That's
job.
the best, isn't it?
Good
Did you know
job.
my second one, I got it totally free using Xbox reward cards?
Dredd, did
Nice.
you know that our brother Jamie Moran, the elusive gamer out there,
Yes.
Day
He doesn't pay
one.
anything.
day one with the Series X, got it just with the points. Nothing out of pocket, yo. Shout out to him, man. That dude's on it when it comes to Xbox, bro.
But that's the thing
Definitely
is
is.
it's look at if you're using this card and you're going to do like what we have done to buy the big item tokens here, when you look at it and it's like, all right, cool, I can't save that much because I have to spend it on this, I have to spend it on that. No, well, if you do it like this, you can get some of those bigger items. Everybody's complaining about the 2 terabyte expansion card. That's one way to do it. So when you look at it, you're like, all right, if you set a goal, don't break it. And that's the thing. This is the same thing here. If you're going to do that, you're going to buy it. Set your goal. Is your goal going to be Uber Eats every other weekend so you can get 3x?
Axel.
No, I let mine build and then I cash in on Amazon gift cards so that way I can get all my Christmas shopping done off of my points.
See,
Terry, I just
that's-
want to let you know my
And that's
birthday.
fine.
My birthday is in January, Terry. I just want to
It's
throw
in
that
January?
out there. Yeah, it's really close to Christmas. So since you're doing all that for that time of year, we're just throwing it out there.
I'm just saying, Xbox points paying for Christmas.
and that's a smart move too. Obviously you don't get as much money back in points when it goes out of Xbox. You keep it inside Xbox, you get more value out of it. But that again, it's a smart move. This and stuff like this. If you were to get this card, I know you don't like cards, but if you get this card and all the stuff that you get on Xbox is 5x, boom, that's more Christmas presents for yourself, the puppies, the kitties.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't
And-
like that
and
it's
the husband, too.
separate because it says card points. It's not part of the rewards point system, so it's not like I'm building up on that.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just
I know.
Great
know.
pickup,
Separate.
Terry.
It's
great
a
pickup.
separate point system.
Yeah, what
Great
do we get with the
pickup.
points?
But the card points could also go to purchases on Xbox.
They should have just rolled that right into their rewards thing. That's just put that out
It
there.
probably would have been hell to integrate. Anyways, great points by everybody. Spend responsibly. This card is a no for me. I am not putting my money into banks right now. I am putting it into myself and my properties. So that's where
He's putting it into Mega Blocks, okay?
Listen to
Right,
this
that's right, Mega
mogul
Blocks.
over here. He's like, I'm investing in Roblox since it's going to PS4 and PS5.
That's right.
soon. That's what he's doing.
shout out to DE. He says Colorojians.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Shout out to DE. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP.
I'm sorry. It says earn 5 card points on eligible products at the Microsoft Store. So still, it's within Microsoft. So if you're
Yeah.
buying Amazon cards, you could probably do the same thing. So anyway, go ahead, Axel. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Chael Walker joins us. Shout out to Chael Walker. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. He says, "Go Pack, go!" Better than the Jets right now. Oh, bracha.
Ooh, that's rough. That's
That's
rough,
it.
man.
Let's see. Scott Free says, "Mid discs were so cool. They sure were." And Death Dealer goes, "Don't mess with my baby." Yeah. Let's see. And she's also not into DoorDash or Uber Eats. She says, "A random person having access to my food that won't be held accountable. No thanks."
They've actually, I don't know about your area, but in my area, all the restaurants, they put like a sticker that seals the bag so you know if it's been tampered with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in Connecticut too. I think they made that like a standard.
Yeah,
thing
so like
But-
now you'll know if someone has opened it and they're eating.
but
your
I've
fries or
seen
something.
people get phone calls like
Yeah.
from their DoorDasher, like, "Yo, next time order better food. This sucked," and like hung up and they never got their food. Yo, like
That's so messed up. I don't know why anybody would do that.
I've seen that too, where they have it on the ring cams. They show that it's delivered. They snap a picture of it
To get
and
up.
send it out, so that way they shows that it's been delivered, and then they come back and snatch the bag and walk away. And it's like all they did was take off a jacket, and it's like you could tell you're the same person.
So funny.
Wouldn't it be easier to just empty the bag out in your car? I'm not giving you guys ideas.
Wow.
Wow,
Terry
Terry has thought
Couldn't
this
they
through.
Terry says
car,
methodically, cut the bottom of the bag so
there,
nobody
take
notices.
a picture of the bag and keep walking. And like, why
Guys,
go back and
everybody
grab it
out
again?
there, you need to keep an eye on Cool Cat Terry from now on. Like I'm
just saying-
gonna, my right eye is gonna be fixed.
Okay,
on
we're in
wherever
the
she
age
is,
of
okay?
tech. A lot of people have those Ring doorbell cams. Okay, why would you go back? This way, it shows you bringing a bag
Terry,
to the
if
thing and
you
walk
chose
away.
evil,
Just
if you
putting it out
chose
there.
evil,
Incriminating
you
yourself.
would be formidable. That's all I'm saying. If you chose evil, you would be formidable. That's all.
Oh
So
my
saying
goodness.
she chose good is
Oh,
not formidable.
my
Or just
favorite
pick
thing,
one
I
item,
don't know
you
if you
know?
guys watch any door delivery videos, is when the people have, the door that opens to the inside and the door that opens to the outside. They get their food delivered and the people leave it right in front of the door that opens to the outside so it knocks over their drinks. It's my favorite.
Or it's common for restaurants because they're in a hurry with all their orders to forget maybe a side or something. So
Yeah.
if you were to take just the side, they would just think the restaurant forgot it. Just put
All right, here's what I do because I'm not an ignorant fudge. Okay, there I had to put it out there. Fudge
brownie.
I did it.
You did the food.
Yeah.
Like,
like,
sugar.
I meet these people at the door is what I do when I get my food. Like I don't sit there and let them. Yeah, I'll have on my computer. I'll have the map up and I'll see their little car. And when they get like a block and a half away from me, I'm already going downstairs to go outside. Like I meet the people at the door. And then I let them know I watch them too. I'll be like, "Wow, you chose a really weird like route to get here." And they look at me like, "What?" Yeah, I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching. You got my food. I'm watching you.
Yeah, no,
I don't do those things. So I don't do that.
No,
But
he puts a drink in front of the door because he said he loved it. He admitted that.
I said I like watching those videos because I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, your videos.
But Terry, we had a poll in the chat.
We had a poll. Is the Xbox credit card something you're interested in applying for? 58% said no. 23 said yes, and 17 says it depends on their credit.
There you
Because
go.
you won't have none with the card. No, I'm kidding.
So there you go, guys. It's there if you want it. No need to get it. No need to do anything. But let's see. Yeah, that's the credit card. Moving on to our next point. Next to the next topic. I did not think we would be talking for an hour about a little short credit card tidbit. I thought it was going to be in and out, but wow, we had stories. We had credit stories. Guys, Xbox is waiting to get to our last topic of the day, and we are far away from it.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Moving on to our next topic, Unity. We had some Unity debacle. Now, this came out on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and Unity changed their pricing structure to be, in my opinion, very unfriendly towards game developers. So,
Wow, you're so
To
nice.
sum it up, here we go. I'm just going to sum it up real quick. Unity announced that they were going to be changing their structure to a pay per install, 20 cents per install. Devs backlash, of course, saying that they're going to take either they're going to delist their games or that they're going to completely throw away 4 or 5 years of delays, or not delays, 4 or 5 years of work and move off Unity onto something else. Epic Games came out and said, hey, just so you guys know, we will never do that.
Unreal,
and
baby.
The end user license agreement that you agreed to is binding forever in perpetuity, unless you agree to a new one, and it's up to you. So Epic Games is like, hey, come over to the Unreal Engine. Unity came back and said, oh man, the backlash is so bad that we had to call off because we got a credible bomb threat. After investigation, the bomb threat turned out to be from one of their own employees. And then internally from one of their own phones too. They came back to clarify a bunch of stuff, saying like, no, you need to break I think it was something like a financial, your game had to be a financial success to start getting these installs, right? These install fees. So not every game will do it. Something like 10% of games, Unity games would do it, would qualify.
So you got a good game tax, basically.
Yeah, good game tax. Thank you. That's a good way to put it. And then they said, well, what about if we're on Game Pass or PS Plus or something? You're charging per install. You know, a game like Ori is on Unity. Huge install base on that one. So, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to collect it from Game Pass. This reminds me of like, you know, we're going to do something and someone else is going to pay for it. And I'd like to see that happen. I'm sure Microsoft can out-lawyer Unity.
We just saw Microsoft in court with
Yeah.
Activision Blizzard. Like they could just look over there and see how everything folded so quickly.
Exactly. And then it's called the Unity runtime fee, by the way, guys. And then, guys,
I mean,
a lot of people are moving on from Unity, you know, and you know, bad publicity. You know, Unity worked hard to become a standard engine. Once you lose that trust, it is gone. These people, once they move off your engine, they are gone forever.
Did they really work hard, though?
And the CEO for Unity, I forget who he is. This is the guy that wanted to charge per bullet on Call of Duty.
Oh gosh.
So I mean, this guy is known to be egregious, and how he, I forgot the CEO's name. If anybody in the chat knows it, I'd appreciate it. So Unity is in bad with the development community, and gamers, of course, are in with them because you know this is affecting games. Like I've been waiting for Silksong to come out. It's on Unity Engine. It's already been 5 years for Silksong.
Mm-hmm.
And now I guarantee you those guys
they're holding it right now. Even
they're
if it's
probably
done.
porting that bad boy to Unreal as we speak.
There's a lot of devs right now that if they're really far into the development, it wouldn't be cost effective for them to switch because now they have, because that's a lot of money depending on the size of their team. Because now they have to, you know, lose a lot of hours training their team to use the new system and to basically start from scratch.
Good thing Unreal is very like it's for the people in the industry, it's very easy to pick up. That's a good thing.
But the same thing is though, a lot of it's not one of those things where you can always just like port it over and it's gonna.
Oh no!
You're gonna have to rebuild. You're basically rebuilding your game all over.
Oh yeah, definitely different engine. Different engine, definitely. That's what it means. It's
financially, you're kind of, it's not worth it to start over depending on the, you know, the scope of what your game is. So you might be like, well, I guess I'm paying Unity because you can't afford to switch.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like my brother Axel here gave too much respect to Unity for what they have done. I have gone on record years ago hating Unity. Me and the Don, shout out to the Don out there. Me and him used to argue over the engine on Next Podcast. They are a very slick company. What they did is they came in under the radar into schools that were doing development. So all the upcoming developers were used to that engine. All right. Not saying it's a good engine. Look at Recore. That's Unity. All right. I don't know if you remember the stepping of the shadows and how bad they were and stuff like that. I do not like the Unity engine. And what they did by coming under the radar and coming in at the ground level, the amateur getting into the business is what made that engine is what it made it what it is today. Not saying it's good. It's just everybody knows it. All right. So that's the easiest way. You got a lot of indie, but not only that, not just indie. One of my favorite games, PGA 2K, right? That's Unity right there. When 2K bought the development studio and everything, and they bought the rights to make this game or whatnot. My biggest thing, I was like, I hope they switch engines. All right. And now to see what they're doing, as egregious as they are, with that good game tax, they came in a very sneaky manner to become a foundation. And then when they establish themselves as such, it only takes one person. It only takes one person within the company that has say. And now you're seeing how egregious they really are. The mentality that's over there anyway. When you look at Unreal in comparison to Unity, Unreal is a better engine, right? Has better tools for beginners as well. Okay. Is a lot more cost friendly. Like, why wouldn't people switch anyway? It's because they knew it. And now there's a kink in that armor. And I am very happy there is, because I think that Unity is a trash ass engine anyway. And my apologies for swearing. My bad.
It won't be a factor if you're a smaller dev, but if you're, for the larger studios, though, one thing that you may not be aware of is Unreal does collect royalties. But you have to sell
unless you release on PC on the Unreal. What do they call that?
No, it's as long as I think it's like, what is it? It's like 1 million downloads or something, and then they'll start collecting royalties.
Well, I disagree on the smaller dev part, because when you're a smaller dev, you're making a game and you want it to blow up.
You want it to blow up, but
so
you look at a lot of the smaller devs. Just looking at Steam. Just look at Steam. There's a lot of games that are made by single people that they're lucky if they get 100 downloads on their game. So I'm looking at that scope. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about the ones that are trying to blow up. The really talented ones that
talented ones. Yeah, you're gonna do a lot better. But there's a lot of people who
but you can't afford that good game tax. You can't afford the good game tax. Is what I'm saying. You wouldn't be able to afford the good game tax. If you're that small developer and you get that first breakout game, you are going to get strangled because of Unity. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You won't be able to grow. You won't be able to use the extra funds and grow your studio, because now all of a sudden they're taking all this money away per download. That's why, like, this is absolute insanity when it comes to a business. And I cannot believe this actually happened and is happening. Yeah.
Does anybody know off the top of their head what engine Among Us was built on? Because that game was dead for like 3 years, and then all of a sudden it blew
Unity,
up.
Isn't it?
That's got to be Unity. I can guarantee whenever you really have to ask the question of which engine, there's a good chance
Unity,
it's Unity
right here. So
Unity,
if you use the free version of Unity, you had to put up that, powered by Unity, this logo here. But if you paid for it, if you paid for the access, you didn't have to put the engine on there. Whereas most other engines are like, this is powered by this, powered by that, right? Powered by Frostbite. This is why I am such a huge proponent of, shout out to a lot of devs that make their own proprietary engines. Like, I understand that Xbox uses a lot of Unreal Engine, but they really, really, really need to work on their internal engine, much like Ubisoft has their own internal engine, right? PlayStation has their...
Is it Snowdrop theirs?
Yeah.
I think it's Snowdrop.
PlayStation has that Decima engine. Nintendo engine, obviously. Take-Two has I think it's called Rage. the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. You
I
know,
think
and
you're
of
right.
course
Yeah,
Halo
yeah.
running the is running on the Slipspace engine, which it should. So, you know, people Unity needs to understand that they're fighting these indie developers is their bread and butter. These big dogs, they're out, right? So these indie developers is who they need to get with, and then they're treating them like this, like, you know, what about pirated copies? That counts as an install. And they're like, oh, you know, we have detection software that's gonna take care of that. And it's like, man, that has to be the most invasive detection software I've ever seen. Because pirates, you know, they're out there, they're high tech.
Yeah, they're upgrading all the time as well. Like
Yeah, they're gonna get around your engine, your detection.
That's the thing about cyberspace. Like,
Yeah.
the tech keeps going up and changing and stuff like that. And to be security, you got to keep evolving and changing as well. Like, and how much do these companies that offer that security do that?
DE over here throwing shots.
I love it.
We're just
I
using
love
an
it.
outdated engine like Bethesda
Yes.
does. The Creation Engine 2.0. That's right. But yeah, no, I don't think this is a smart move. Shout out to Dreadpole here. He gave the name John. How do you say this? Riccitello? I don't know how to say it. John Ravioli over here. He's just, if you see this guy's name, and here's the other thing. The week before, all the board on the Unity side sold stock before this announcement. So they knew it was going to get received bad, and they still did it anyway. I mean, if that doesn't speak volumes, it's just,
I should tell you something.
I don't know what does.
You know, throughout the first kind of like wave of negative stuff, this is actually a really good thing because it'll push people off of this engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it is definitely. Once those developers leave, they're never coming back, no matter
dude,
what.
once you
Unity
get
does
into
at this point.
Unreal, like talking to the Don, who he's had experience with both engines, and he will defend Unity for what it is. All right, so me and him don't agree, but talk to him about the Unreal engine and how people in the industry and how they have catered that engine around the developer to make it easier. I mean, we talked about all the new technology and the newest engine and what they're doing and how it's creating, you know, bigger, better games and stuff. And that works on every level. If you're that indie developer, or if you're at the top and you're, you know, from that AAA developer with that AAA publisher and all that good stuff, like it's there for everybody. Yeah. And it's gonna turn out to be a good thing, but I'm glad people are finally looking at Unity like, yo, who do you think you are? Yeah. Because it's a long time coming. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Dreadpool, any thoughts on the Unity debacle?
Yes. Okay. So, if I made something and I'm giving it out to other people to use in a private operation, right? And you know, I'm saying you can use this for free, but if you make money, I expect my cut of the work, right? So in that instance, I also expect Unity and John, whatever you want to call him, Ricotta.
The RICCI, that's Ricci.
Right, I know Ricci. I don't even want to give him credit.
Riccitiello. Okay.
Riccitiello. Anyway,
doesn't roll off the tongue, man.
No, it doesn't. But that's some people's names. That's why I said Ricotta. If you're going to make this much money, right, and you're banking on my hard work, so you can work off of that and make your money, I understand. There should be compensation, right? And there is compensation there. And I understand once you hit like critical success, I would want to, you know, because like you said, they don't have to put Powered by Unity if they're paying for it, you know, so that's fine and dandy. But now nobody knows that you're using my engine. Now nobody knows that you're using my work to build your success story. So I understand in that aspect, you have to, like, okay, well, once you hit certain numbers, I expect a little bit more of a cut because I'm giving you a discount at the lower numbers. Okay. That being said, a friend of mine, Joe Winters, do you guys know this name by any chance?
Joe who?
Winters?
Winters. No, doesn't ring a
Not
bell.
offhand. Not
He used
offhand.
to Xbox. I'm surprised at you. I'm very disappointed.
I'm thinking, man. You
He used to
jog-
work.
you
He
jog
used
my
to work
brain
for
all the time.
Microsoft. He used to work on Halo. He actually worked on Halo Infinite. My good friend
Oh, name dropping. Look at this.
made Song of Iron. He is the sole maker of Song of Iron.
Okay.
Right? He had to learn how to do the graphics, how to do the programming of the engine. Well, not the engine, but working with the engine, right?
Yep.
People really like that game.
Yeah, it's a great game, and he's working on Song of Iron too.
Whew.
Okay, so with that being said, he used Unreal Engine 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And doing something like that, obviously, he had to figure out his pricing. And again, even though he's a single person, he sold 11,000 units on Steam, almost 12,000. Okay. When you look at it, okay, that's a lot of money, but think of all the hard work he put into it. Think of all the downtime that he didn't have being somewhere else, the risk reward. Okay. So when you do something like that, and now you're going to say, well, now that you've passed this threshold, because his gross revenue is estimated at about $178,000. Now think about that, right? One game, first time out, and it's a great game. So when you look at it and you're going to say, well, now you made this much money, I want more cut. That's a big cut out of his check. That he did the risk reward. Yes, he used their engine and they should get paid. And the same thing here with Unity. If Unity does this, that could put somebody out of business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of these, now think about this. You're halfway through, almost done with your game, and then they're going to pull this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's a breach of contract. Now, is it in the contract where they can update the terms?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think it is.
Okay. And usually every single thing that we sign has a clause that they can update the contract. Just
Without
remember
notice.
that. Just remember that. That's nowadays.
It's standard.
So, yeah, exactly. And it's in the small prints that they don't even go over with you. So you may be thinking, okay, we are locked in stone. This is it. I'm reconfirming. We are locked. This is the deal. This is how it stops. Ain't going no further. No changes. Nope. You didn't see the small print that was in there, and they just yesed you, and you signed it, and then you're screwed. So when you see something like this, and you see that it's a single person, right? What was that other one with the fox that looked like Link?
Jesus.
That's a good game too. That's such a good game.
I'm surprised I'm drawing a
goodness.
blank on it. But same thing there.
The fox game that looks like Link. What is that game? I
He
forgot what
looks
it-
like Link and it plays like Zelda.
Yeah.
It's called Zelda Furry Edition.
There you go. So
Furry edition.
again, that could ruin these people. Terry, if you had to do something, right? And we know you had to scrap an engine, and that was wasted time. Thank you, Doggy Tunic.
Yes.
That was wasted time that you can never get back.
Mm-hmm.
Because you realized that this engine wasn't going to work like you originally thought for your design.
And now I'm still in limbo because I'm testing out one engine to see if I like it and it's going to do what I want. And if it doesn't, then I got to start again.
See,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. That is time that you will never get back. Now,
Mhm.
imagine if you hired an extra person to help you out. That is money out of your pocket to pay this person, and hopefully you paid that person, right? I'm not saying you, but just in general, as a creator of games, you pay this person, or it's I will pay you when the game comes out, and then that's the deal you make. Sometimes some people do stuff like that, where okay, I'll pay at the end of the year once the game comes out, and then you'll get your percentage on top of what we agreed upon. There's many different scenarios like that, or you're paying them up front, so you have to work. And even in the film industry, right, you have to work to make money, to pay somebody to help you, so that way you can kind of get a jump ahead from where because your work yourself, you're not paying yourself. That's all time. That's free. It's free work. But when you get somebody else in there, that's not free work. That's money coming out of your pocket, out of your mouth for food that you're paying somebody else that you had to work extra hard for to save up to get that going. Now you're going to tell me if it's a success, I'm going to lose more money? I don't think so. See, and this is the predatory practices that this guy has been doing, which is, we're just joking about, shooting each bullet in EA, per bullet. Are you kidding me?
People become really good with a knife.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta
exactly.
say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're knifing everybody. No, but that's the thing, though. It's so predatory, and for them to sell their stocks, for them to do all this, and it's pretty sad that even employees had to call it out because the employees are affected. They are by proxy just as evil as this guy, right? Those developers of the engine had nothing to do with the pricing. That's all upper management that do all this stuff, and for them to do that to the people that are helping them by using their engine and paying them for the use of their engine. And I understand there's certain levels that you have to be at before you start paying more, and I get it. There's all that going on, but here we are using Unreal in this instance, Song of Iron. But guess what? Who else is using Unreal Engine 5 now, right? They've been using 4 and 5. The film industry, right? Mandalorian, we brought that up before.
Yeah.
Okay. They are paying the royalties to Epic for all of that. They are doing that. Half the stuff that you see on that screen are on this globe, a half globe of a screen that you can't even tell from reality that they put in front of it, and the fake image and the lighting in the back of it. It's because this whole half a globe is lighting up the stage that they're performing on and filming in front of. They don't need to have those spotlights like they normally do to help, adjust the sunlight and all that. That the glow is coming from the screen. That's the technology that we're at now, and for a smaller company like Unity is to be pulling this stuff, it just shows you that this is not the right way to do it, so that's why I say this guy here unfortunately has put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. He's burnt the industry more times than once.
Way
And
more
it's
times.
surpri-
If
it's
this guy's on a
surprising-
board, right away, sell stock.
It's surprising that's that these people still are out there and they still get that CEO level of
Failing up, buddy. Failing up. You got to fail up.
and it's all in who you know. So that's important. Remember, it's who you know, not just what you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
you have to know the background secrets that makes who you know more important. So
Networking is more important than ever these days.
yeah. So when it comes to all this is BS. Like I said, I understand I have to do it for what's best for me, but at the same time, you have to do what's best for your community, because if you don't do what's best for the community, then it's not best for you.
I mean,
Right.
he has to answer to a board, and the board is not going to like that. They're losing devs left and right.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
with the false police allegation or false bombastic report, when with stuff like that, and that's time and money that you're paying people to be outside. I mean, I was in one of those threats, and I was not allowed. My company said leave that site because it was a customer of ours. And I said, I am grouped over here with the rest of the employees. I cannot get to my vehicle because my vehicle is within range of the building. and
Yeah.
I cannot get to my vehicle to leave. So they had to pay me for the time that I was standing there waiting, just like the rest of the employees. So it's not a good thing no matter what you do. Um, so when stuff like that happens and you find out it's from one of your own employees doing that, that's a big deal.
Fired immediately.
Well, not just
Yeah.
fired, but it should tell these investors, it should tell
They're trying to
people.
protect their job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because they're like, look,
Dude,
you
you're
guys aren't
crazy.
listening to us.
You're
Maybe
crazy.
someone decided that this bombastic idea was a great idea, and we will do the call in, and this will get our point across that us on the lower level are not happy. And I understand the theory. It's not a good process to do, though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a lot of people that's putting lives at risk for nothing. And you don't want that to be like, oh, just an everyday thing, whatever, and then it'd be a real one. You don't want that stuff. So again, doing this is bad. I understand the reasoning, but to the extreme, they need to back off. So
Yes.
comparing Unreal is an easy one for us because a lot of us like how the look is and how theoretically it's simplified because they fine-tuned it for the creatives.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I understand that, but Unreal is not always the answer.
Right.
Sometimes there's another engine out there, and Terry's seeing it firsthand. She's finding engines out there that she can use, but the problem is she's with her style. She's finding out that some of these engines do not work. Unreal may not work for her style,
Right.
and I can't speak for her on that. But again, she's her expert. She's the one that knows what she wants in her vision,
Yeah.
and she's the one that's got to make that choice. And unfortunately, Unity is taking that choice away from the smaller devs that would be using it or in the future using it, and I feel bad for the ones that are getting ready to put out a game
mhm.
and now they've got 3 to 4 years in, or even if it's a smaller game, a couple years if they have enough people to push it faster. But you know what I mean? You're almost done. You've already paid all these people that are pros at Unity, and now you're going to have to learn another engine. And granted, engine is an engine is an engine, right? Same thing with what I do. The electronics I work on, the basics are the same. The software is basically the same. Logic is always going to be logic. Okay. But it's the nuances that make the difference. The nuances that make a 4K game or a 120 hertz game. Right. So when you look at these things, it depends on the nuances, how it looks, how it reacts.
Well, it's the implementation of how to get things done in between engines. And I think that's one of the things Terry was saying. One thing I want to say is I don't believe Unreal should be just that one and only. I think they're always in every space. There needs to be competition. All right. There needs to be another engine other than Unreal. All right. My whole thing was how Unity did what they did to become who they were. You know what I'm saying? And with doing that, granted, it's a great business move when you're coming up, but I just thought they went about it in a really shady way. I never really trusted them. I didn't like what they were doing, certain aspects in terms of improving their engine and all that good stuff. I really had a bad relationship with that engine. It's kind of funny that this came around at this point in time and being a guest, because there's just so much pent up emotion when it comes to them. And I'm not sure if you can come across a lot of people who are not developers who are that quote unquote passionate about the subject. You know what I'm saying?
You know that this was planned to announce it now, because think about it. Summer's coming to a close. Most games get released in the fall. So this was a planned attack on everybody who's getting ready to launch a game in the fall.
That's brilliant. That I did not even see that angle. That is absolutely wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a lot to it, and that's the thing, but you got these devs in a bind, And that's why some of them are saying, "Screw this, we're leaving." You
Yeah.
know, if you got to buy our game now because we're delisting this. Because I'm sorry, but if I was Microsoft and Xbox said, "Hey, Unity came at us because we're using Game Pass with this game, and they want us to pay as a publisher or as a provider for the game for the downloads. They want us to pay for this." First of all, I don't see Xbox or Phil even saying, "Oh yeah, let's talk to Satya." Ain't happening. You know what I mean? They're automatically it's going to be a
we'll get
no
back
down
to you
the
on
line.
that one, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's going to be a no down the line. Again, if I was in that position, I'd be like, "What are you smoking? What are you doing here? Because this is not right. This is not business." You know, and that's where I could see them saying, "Hey, look, we'll help you out." But that would be the good guy, trying to be like, "Look, let's help these people out. Let's use one of our engines." But at the same time, do they have any good engines that would work for those games that they can offer? And Microsoft
Oh,
and
I
Xbox
mean,
don't offer those engines out to
Direct
anybody, as far as
ports
I'm known.
are like unicorns
you know,
going cross engine. They don't exist, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely options out there. Like if you're someone who's using Unity and you want something that's still free, and maybe Unreal isn't really the option you want to go. I mean, there's Godot and other stuff.
yeah. It just
It
depends
just
on your game.
depends. It depends on if it can do the things you need it to do. Because every engine, excels in things that other ones don't. So you just gotta find the right one.
That's the main thing. Everybody's got their own ways of understanding engines. I mean, okay, prime example, and I'm sure Cool Cat Terry will understand this one. It's like a rotary engine versus a standard V8. A 4-cylinder versus an 8-cylinder, a straight 6. They're all different. They're all within the same family. But when you do a rotary engine, the practicality is the same, but it's a totally different design. So when it comes to that, it's not an easy swap for some people. When you understand the mechanics of how an engine works,
More option for power.
right, right. And then rotary, you can just add each piece to it, and you can make it a 4 rotary engine or a 6 rotary engine or an 8 rotary engine. I mean, you can go 12 if you wanted to. It just fits in the same way. It's different how you build that up versus going from a 4-cylinder to a V8. You can't. You have to have a whole new block. You have to have, you know what I mean? But the standards are still the same. And this is the same difference here with these engines. They're the same basis, but they're totally different. They're very purpose specific. And like she said, each one excels at its own thing, and you have to figure out what sits in for them. So, but anyway, yeah, Unity bad, everybody else good.
Unity bad. Let's check in with the chat real quick here before they escape me. Oh my, it really moved. Okay, so shout out to the chat. Thank you so much for interacting with us, guys. We really do appreciate it. So, Scott Free says, too late. Unity has lost dev trust now. Absolutely. DE says Unity backpedal to initial installs or something. Don't know how they're going to tell the difference, but okay. Right. Chael Walker says time to switch to Crytek or Carbon engine. Yeah. There's lots of other engines. Let's see. And DE wanted to know who has the burden of proof on installs. Obviously, Unity is just going to charge as much money as they can. They're not going to care to prove anything. And it's going to be up to the devs, and that's just a headache that I wouldn't want on my studio or on myself. Yeah. And then DE also says there's a lady who makes a spline tool /module /plugin for Unity, and she's not in favor of it at all, let alone if her customers jump ship. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty tough for them.
it's a big shakeup all around the industry, even
It
the
is.
gamers. Like, if they delist games, do you know how many games are going to be like taken out of Game Pass?
What's that? That Lamb game that came out not too long ago.
Cult of
Cult
the
of the
Lamb.
Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb. They've already said they're going to delist on the 1st. So if you want that game, buy it now.
Yeah, like they're a huge amount. When you're talking about the indie game stuff like that, even up you got to look into it in terms of the bigger games. Like a lot of them are
But-
Unity.
But they're working on
Wow.
Cult of the Lamb too. So now what with that?
Now
Well,
you're
now
gonna
they're
have
going
to
to be
wait
Cult
8
of the Lamb
years.
2 on Go
Right?
engine or something. Yeah, it's going to shake up the industry for sure. And Unity's never going to be as big as they once were. It's all about money, not people or company. No people or company are nice. Do I support it? Hell no. But this might be a thing that can change gaming engine business. Some devs are too deep to change engines. Yeah.
Mhm.
As Dreadpool said, you might be 5 years in and paying a lot of people, and that's lost revenue. Yeah. And shout out to Kilomino for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. And he says, "It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Kilomino."
Happy birthday,
You
Kilo
have a
Milo.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just reading some stuff. Say guys. So, Dark Zone joins us. Thank you so much for joining us, Dark Zone. You are the real MVP. He says the gaming industry is getting way too greedy, or at least that's what I'm starting to look like. It's getting greedy all the way around, but not just the game industry, but gamers are getting greedy. You know, back in the day, one person could code ET in a week and boom, release it, you know? Nowadays, one person can code a semi-okay game that only 100 people are going to play for and take 5 years doing it. You know, it's a different industry nowadays. It's not just the developers and the publishers and the platform holders that are greedy. Gamers are also greedy. You know, we want better graphics, better interactions, you know. We want seamless, you know, like the one complaint I have about Starfield is that it's not seamless. That's the one and only complaint I have.
You're talking
right now.
about, if you think about it, you're talking about games way back in the day when we first started on the 8-bit and the 16-bit and so forth. They were all in the megabits, right? So you're talking about megabytes. I'm sorry, not megabits, but megabytes, right? We're talking about 20 to 200 megabytes.
We got games that are almost a terabyte now.
And now you look at 360, right? The 360 era, PS3 era, they were anywhere from 3 gigs to 6 gigs is a standard, right?
Yeah.
And then we went into the Xbox One era. So when you look at that era, right, which was last gen, they jumped from 6 to 60. They actually, I believe they first started like 30, 40, 50 or so, but let's just say 60. So from 6 to 60, that's a huge jump. That's a lot of programming lines that you got to put in there. You know, so not just visuals and pictures and this and that. Now you're talking about terabytes that we have that we're, you know, you fill one game up and some of these consoles only have enough room for another game or two that are smaller because you'd only put a couple big games on there and that's it. So, you know, and now we have expansions that you have to worry about because it costs so much money and the NVMe for the PlayStation. You look at all this stuff and it's like we're getting ridiculously huge with these games. You know how many people back in those megabit days? It was like 4 or 5
20.
people, sometimes 6.
Big was considered 20.
20 was a big group.
Yeah, that was considered a big game.
And those games, some of those games had to have a bigger cart. Now you look at developers having like 600 people working on it, and they still have other companies from their smaller devs helping as assistants doing their little piece of the work on these huge games.
Yeah, I think 343 is something like 1,000 developers big. I mean, granted, they're taking care of more than one game, but I'm just saying that's a lot of devs.
Look at Call of Duty. A lot of those devs went from making their own games to being support studios for Call of Duty when they were great games.
Yeah.
So again, it's you look at how small it started and how big it is. You have that many more people going into it. So yeah, they are greedy, just as greedy as we are, because we're feeding the machine with the acknowledgement that we want better graphics. We want, and it's
We
like,
want 60 frames with 4K ray tracing on. No frame
remember,
drops.
right? And you remember playing.
Oh,
the
so you're
Dream-
talking Forza Motorsport. We're talking Forza Motorsport now.
yeah, but that's the thing. We're looking at Dreamcast, we're looking at PlayStation, we're looking at Nintendo 64. You look at those games, and Resident Evil and the tank controls. Some of these games had some bad controls for the first going
Yeah,
into
and we
3D.
learned how to play them. Is what happened.
We adapted.
Yes.
But now they finally fixed the
Now they adapt to me.
yeah, the control to a better scheme, because they didn't know back then. That was the first go, and that's why we call them tank controls.
Early days of 3D games were
Yeah,
amazing.
they were experimenting.
Yes.
Now we're not experimenting. Now we're just doing the same whole rigmarole of doing this. It's very refreshing to see these indies, because the indies are the ones that, again, if you think about it, back at the beginning of gaming, they were all indies. They were all experiments. Qbert was an
Oh, I
experiment.
love that game.
That was never right. And you look at that game. Now where we at? We are at games that look beautiful, that run amazing, that have micro mechanics, as in tire traction on dry road, wet road, hot tires, cold tire.
Real
And I
changing
know
atmosphere.
Xbot is loving this part of it. Tire pressure,
Oh, come on.
tire style, tire type, right?
Gravel
And
versus
that
tarmac.
we're
Let's
just
go.
yeah, exactly. And we're talking about
all that good stuff. Games have gotten
all that
big,
good
and we've
stuff.
gotten greedy.
But that's the thing. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We have to understand that that's our expectations. Do we want pole position, or do we want the next latest greatest Forza Motorsport?
That's right. Which we'll get to here in a few minutes. Hold on, hold it.
He gave
Wipe
you the
that
best
saliva
segue.
off your face.
That was the Dreadpool path to the perfect segue right there. That's what Dread just did, man. He did it.
I fed the tease to
You did.
Xbot.
Spoon fed, silver spoon too. It was just all top tier.
And shout out to Red Monkey Butt. He says, "Good morning, chums. Good morning, Red Monkey Butt. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP." And boom, boom, kaboom, Noof Nukem is in the room. Shout out to Noof Nukem. Thank you so much for Noof Nukem. You are the real MVP. And he says, "Finish what you started and move on." I think a lot of people are just going to say, "I'm just going to do that." Are going to do just that. Let's see.
I think
who
it
else
depends
we got
on
here.
what state they're in.
Yeah, it depends on if they need that extra cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? To build and grow. That's the thing I don't like about it. It stifles building and growing of the studios, and when it comes down to it, everybody that got into development through school learned on the Unity. So they have a completely unfair advantage. Yeah.
100% unfair. It's not fair at all. But guys, we're going to move on from Unity. There you go. But before we move on, Terry, we had a poll. Get ready.
Okay. Should developers delay their games and switch to a different engine? 40% said yes, delay. 34% depends on the game, and 25% say no, finish the current game.
There you go.
Yeah, they got to do what's best for themselves.
Yeah, that's on an individual basis, because when you look at the Don, he's been building his game for a while now, but he's also taken on contracts with other companies. He was doing VR work, stuff like that. Like if you're doing it that way and you can afford to delay it, then that would probably be the best bet, because your horizon's pretty much in the gray right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you're depending on it, it's a serious situation. Yeah, and I know I feel for you guys out there, and I believe everybody on the panel as well. Like that is not a situation you want to be in, especially if this was your life goal. This is what you decided you wanted to do, and to see the engine that you're using try to stop you, that's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that is horrible. The engine itself is the problem.
Mhm.
Shout out to RWK88 for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. General Spartan joins us. Shout out to General Spartan. Thank you so much. You are the real MVP. He says, I wonder after buying that premium upgrade for Forza when I can begin preloading that game. Oh, man. Oh, people are excited.
Oh yeah.
People
Oh
are
yeah.
very
we are.
excited. But guys, if you haven't had the opportunity, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this show out. It really helps us grow, and you have no idea. I'm trying so hard to get to 500 subscribers, guy. Help
Let's
me get
go.
there.
Get it?
I'm trying to get
I
to
shared.
500.
I
Get
shared.
it!
People in the
Let's
chat.
do
Did
it.
you share? I did.
you
Come
share?
on.
That's
Come on,
right.
man.
Hit that share button. Share it. We're broadcasting on YouTube. We're broadcasting on Twitter. We're broadcasting on Facebook. So share out, guys. Share out. But guys, it's time to rev up your engines.
Yeah.
That's right. Check your tire pressure. But before we get into Forza, we're gonna get into the Crew Motorfest because we have someone who has been playing a lot of the
Bait and
crew.
switch.
None other than Cool Cat Terry. Cool Cat, take it away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So the Crew Motorfest it just made its debut officially. I think it was the 14th.
Yeah,
was that
early access
Tuesday?
started. Yep.
Yeah, I started playing it on what was that, the 10th? But okay.
Dang,
but it
you
came
didn't
out
even
officially.
tell us.
No, well, I wasn't allowed to for starters. But yeah, so this game. All right, for starters, now if you're someone who hasn't played the Crew, like the franchise, this is the third game now. Okay, if you haven't played this franchise and you're going in blind, don't go in expecting it to play like Forza. It's not Forza. Okay, it's not. It's a very different beast. All right, so when you compare this to the predecessors of the Crew, this one's beautiful. It's so smooth. The racing, it's got the cars handle so well, and then they kept to where you can do tuning and things, so you can customize how the cars handle and respond to you, and it's just so smooth. Like I love it. And I don't even know where to really go into it, but so graphically, I know a lot of people they like to go on about how beautiful like Forza is, and Forza is basically like the pinnacle of like racing games when it comes to how like the textures and everything. When it comes to like how the cars look, how the textures for like the water and like the lights and everything reflecting off of the cars and how the environments look. Forza's on another level.
Mm-hmm.
The Motorfest isn't going to look like that, so don't go in thinking that it's not going to look like that. Okay, but when you look at how the Crew has gone, this is the third rendition now. This is beautiful. Okay, it's a beautiful game for what the Crew is, and I will not give them any flack for it. It looks really, really good. And one of the biggest issues that I have with Forza is they can't do grass to save their life. Okay, it always looked like two pieces of things like this that just kind of follow you around like that. Nah, they make their cars stunning, but they can't do grass. All right, but
Throwing that shade.
So it's just the way it is. But gameplay wise, I absolutely will always prefer playing the Crew over like Horizon any day of the week. It's just got more variety to it because you're not just stuck with cars. If I want to do motorcycles, I can do motorcycles. If I want to do boats, I can do boats. I can do planes. I can do they just added quads. Like, come on, like it's like the dream. It's like back in the days of
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So it's just fantastic, and it really allows you to just have fun and admire things that may appeal to you. Like for me, I'm more of an off-road style racer, so for me to be able to go around, I can choose if I want to be in like a Jeep, or if I want to be on a dirt bike, or or a quad or whatever. Like I have so many options to where each race is going to feel different to me. And oh my God, when you go into that first person view on a motorcycle, okay, this is great, and you can see, and like all the gauges work and everything. It's just that immersion is so well done. And, people, it's just, the Crew doesn't get enough credit for what they do. They make a quality game. Okay. to make a quality game. And I will say,
Ooh, Shelby.
the only thing that I really see to compare this to Horizon is the festival that they implemented on Motorfest. That's pretty much like the only thing. And I wouldn't even really mention that because when you're playing through Horizon, like you constantly have everything reminding you that you're in a festival. It's like decorations everywhere. The announcer won't shut up about it. Like, you know, you're in a festival, okay? This game here, like, you can literally go and do things and you can forget that you're in a festival, which is why I love it, because I don't want to hear the announcer tell me 20 times in a minute, hey, welcome to the festival. Like, no, screw you. I don't care about the dang festival. Okay?
The radio. Welcome to the Horizon Festival.
This driver seems to forget that they're driving on a road.
Okay, I get it. I'm here. I've been here for hours now. You can stop telling me. I know. Okay, I know.
I love that Shelby that's on screen right now. I can't stop
Isn't
watching.
that a beautiful Cobra? It's
Oh,
beautiful.
I just feel bad for the front end.
Yeah, we're not talking about that, dude.
All right.
We're not talking about their driving.
No. It was about the car, just the car. You know, we're going into detail.
I am a huge advocate for the Crew. I love the Crew.
I can tell.
The freaking fans are moving. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's just great. Like, they have amazing details on this game. You know, it's a lot of fun to play. They got, like I said, it's a lot of variety, and I really love how Motorfest, you know, they really implemented some custom playlists with influencers. So they got like Donut Media on there. They got Supercar Blondie on there. You know, it's I just love that. I love that.
I like Blondie's channel, man.
So
she gets in some cars that like you never knew existed.
You get to see all the prototypes that never come out. You know,
the car that drives sideways, like it's crazy.
So you get to mess around with stuff like that.
I love Lamborghinis.
You don't get to mess around with prototypes in Forza. You know, so come on. So got to give some respect. Okay, so it's a good fun time. It's a good fun time, and it's. I just prefer this. And I would say gameplay wise, it's definitely, the Crew through and through, but I would say it plays more like the Crew and Need for Speed than Forza Horizon. Like I said, it's just different because when it comes to Horizon, everything is point.
It's more arcadey.
This is definitely more arcadey. Like Horizon has been evolving to being full on arcade from 1 and 2. So now they're more sim arcade,
Yeah, they kind of blend it between the two.
They're like a hybrid now. So that's why I kind of fell off, because I'm not interested in that. And it's just everything is points for in Horizon. You can go and hit a sign, you can go and hit anything, you get points. Like, everything's points, So like this doesn't do that. You're going to get points based on things you're doing, whether you're if you're drifting or if you're going in the oncoming lane or something like that, more like Need for Speed does, which is more of what I want. Because I'm like, otherwise you just have people, driving off a cliff. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get a whole bunch of points and I'm just going to do a whole bunch of rolls on this cliff and I'm going to get points for everything I hit. That's stupid. All right.
I need to know this. Is there like any rocks in there? Because I need to know if I get points for Axel running into his own rock and blaming me for it.
My God.
If Dreadpool slams me into a rock, what happens? The dirtiest racer on this panel right there.
Between Doggy and Axel driving off to the side.
I was following the line when you came in.
I was following the line, man.
Sir, you got to respect the racers around the line as well. You can't just follow the line straight into somebody.
He slammed into me. I was innocently driving with no one in front of me.
Wow, you guys sound like me, Don, and Mega. Like, I swear, when it comes to Forza, it's the same thing. They accuse me of driving dirty, and then you look at my gameplay, and I got the Don in his like portable lunchbox just hitting me in the side. Like, yeah, he likes all square cars. Like, it's weird, yeah.
I'll send you the link, Xbot, and you will see that they're not even there. They just come up and like
out of nowhere,
bam. pop into frame right where I'm at, and I'm on the
just
line.
Because your Xbox internet connection sucks and didn't see me, that doesn't mean that he didn't run into me.
They're both yelling because one runs into a rock.
I really do.
The other one runs off the cliff.
I want to be in this. I want to be involved there.
There's a lot of curse words on this Xbox, so I can't put it on the show. But yeah,
I can put it on mine.
There's a bunch of fettuccinis out there, and yeah.
In the meantime, and the best part is, I'm laughing hysterically because it was funny.
Yes.
Because
And
he
they're like,
did
"You
it.
did it on
Because he's
purpose."
guilty.
I'm like, no, because you guys are screaming for nothing.
Anyways, Terry, continue, Terry.
All right. So, anyways, so things that you can do in this game that another thing is you can import your car collection. You can, if you play like Forza 4 and you go to 5, guess what? You're starting from scratch. Recollecting all your cars all over again. Not with Motorfest, okay? Not everything, because some licenses have changed, but you can get your car collection from the Crew 2, and you can import it right into Motorfest. So as long as that car is available with the new licensing and stuff, you can, just jump in your cars that you already have, and that's so awesome because nobody else does that. So that I gotta applaud them for for doing that, because it sucks when you have that car that you worked hard to get, and then the new game comes out, and then you don't have it no more, and you're just like, oh, you gotta do it all over again.
The line is on top of you on this one? Like it's
on this one, yeah, on this one they have it up, which I don't know. Like they had it above. They had it above in the first one. I can't remember if the second one kept
That's
it
actually
above or not.
easier to see in the distance.
It is easier to see because when you're on, depending on like the terrain you're on, when it's on the road, it can be distracting, and you might not see it depending on.
It's more natural. It's like
Yeah.
the electric
I like it
wires
above.
on the side of the
airplane
street.
right there.
Yeah, you can at any moment in time you can switch between car and plane. The only option for you have to be near water to switch to your boat. But you can seamlessly just click over and you can just hop right into whatever your favorite plane or boat or car is on the spot. Right there. Boom. You can just be zipping off in a plane right now if you wanted to. It's awesome.
Nice.
All right. So it's just great. I don't know. I just love this game. You can, it's pretty seamless between, jumping between the different types of vehicles like that. You can switch to your, photo mode, very seamlessly for people who are into that kind of thing. I personally hate photo modes, but some people like to admire shit. So go ahead and get it.
I like seeing screenshots as they are in the game. I don't like having the editing and stuff like that. Like I like seeing it just the way the game is, the way the developer made it. Yeah.
People go all in on the images, and Ubisoft does do they do contests quite a bit where for like if you send in your photos of a certain car, they'll look at who has like the best picture and you can win stuff. So that's pretty cool too for people who are really into photo mode stuff, because some people go in and they're really talented. Like I don't have the patience to be worrying about getting the right lighting and angles and stuff in a video game. Like come on, man. Like, I want to just
the right time of day and everything.
Yeah, like some people, man, they love it.
All right. Well, glowing review from Terry.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, dude.
Glowing
Axel, Terry. I want to say real quick, man.
Yeah.
Like Terry, like I have not been a fan of the Crew. I tried the first one. People told me just stay away from the second one.
First one was rough.
Yeah, like the car physics. But by hearing what you were saying, not every like. I'm a Forza fan, but like other racing games are out there, and to hear like your positive kind of like interpretation, it's really refreshing. And I'm actually excited that they might have turned the corner when it comes to how they build the cars and how the cars feel when racing and stuff. You got me excited.
Good. It feels good, and they sound great. So
that's
if you're more of a gearhead like I am, like I tend to turn the music down and the engine up.
Oh yeah,
I want to hear the changing of the gears and all that, and it's they do a really really good job with it. They really do, and like it's night and day. If you want to compare the third game from the first one, it's night and day. Like,
nice.
The first game was fun to play, but it was rough.
That's so good to hear. Yeah, because I tried it. I love racing games. I'm not like, I just need to play this one game. Like I play Need for Speed. I played so many. I remember Apex Racing on the original Xbox, where you got to like make your own cars and stuff like that. Like I love racing games. I love cars, and what you're saying about the sound, imagine like the Dark Horse Mustang in that game. That thing sounds monstrous like already. I can imagine.
And you can customize it too. So if you got, let's say you got like the S2000, right? And you wanted to make it sound more like a tuner.
Yeah.
You can customize the sounds of how they sound, so you can give it that, you can make it sound like it's been tuned. If you
give it that tinny sound.
Yeah, you can customize stuff. Like it's cool.
I do
Yeah,
love the tuning sound.
I deface S2000s as soon as I get them by I make them twin turbo all the time. I know they're naturally aspirated. I always twin turbo those things.
That's right. So let's see. Shout out to Lost Boomer for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, "I'll play it when it's free." It's probably never going to be free, bro.
Okay, first off, they have the demo, so you can try it, and they do free to play weekends pretty often. So you literally can just play it for free at the random times when it's out. So like, if you want to be that guy who only plays it on the random occasion, then just play it on the free weekends because they do that.
Yeah, there you go. And DE says it looks like a very responsive game.
It's so good. It's so good.
And Doggy Dog says, "I'm definitely interested in this game. Love racing games. We'll buy it at some point, or at least rent it from GameFly."
Nice.
Yeah, go play the demo. Like I said, go play the demo.
Yeah, it's a 5-hour demo. So
Yeah, you can do a lot of screwing around in that time. You know.
So Xbot,
Yes, sir.
the Crew Motorfest. Have you played the demo?
I actually did not know there was a demo.
Oh.
I've been slipping a little bit lately when it comes to Starfield NBA. I've been like mostly in those games playing and not kind of like looking up a lot of news and stuff. I'm gonna download it just because of Terry. Like before this morning, I probably wouldn't even have tried it, to be really honest with you. But
Terry makes us waste more money than anybody else.
To hear that review, who would not give this game the demo a try after hearing that?
And it's a 5-hour demo. That's a long demo.
They literally one of the first playlists.
Let's go.
If you're a guy who likes drifting, one of the very first playlists that you can choose from is all dedicated to like Japan and like the drifting scene, and it's just awesome. You know,
that's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it now, but it's because of Good Morning Xbox and because of Terry. Like I'm throwing that out there. I'm saying,
it's one of those things where for some of these playlists, so like if to compare with like Forza, they give you a playlist and you just play it. They don't really have like they don't really talk about really anything special about it. You just kind of play through them, right?
Right.
They literally give you background on stuff. So if you're a car like a car enthusiast and you want to learn more about stuff, like you can learn stuff. Like it's just different. Like they'll sit there, they'll talk about. They have the one playlist for I forgot who it was. But there's this one playlist for this one YouTuber who's like really, really famous for like tuning in Japan. And while you're doing this, like they just go through like the history of like why he does what he does, and it's just if you're like already a fan of that channel, you're gonna learn so much that you may not already have known. Like it's so cool.
If they're doing YouTubers, they better do my homeboy Tavares, man. They got to build it better. Let's go.
So it's I don't know. It's just different. It's nice being able to experience the cars you love, but to learn more about like different things at the same time it's just a different level, because most racing games it's like here's your car, painted a color, and then to go do this race, and that's it. So it's just different.
There you go. All right, Dreadpool, the Crew Motorfest. Have you played the demo, or are you interested in the demo?
The Crew what? I didn't even know this came out. Like, I'm kidding. I am interested in playing the demo. I'd like to check it out and see how it compares to Forza Horizon. Not really going to say that it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. I just want to see how the game plays. And
similar type games, though.
Yeah, for being similar, and it looks really cool. I do
They feel so different. They feel so different.
What the best part is, I don't know about you, but the character customization on Forza sucks when it comes to Horizon.
Hey, I can wear a skirt, man.
But I don't wear tight jeans.
Dude, that is my biggest complaint, dude. Where are my baggy jeans?
That and the jean shorts. It's like I did that in the 90s.
You guys are hitting on the jorts.
Ubisoft puts a lot of customization in their characters for their games. They really went into it when they made Riders Republic. Now you're gonna have like your starter stuff, and then as you play, and you earn money in the game, you can buy more stuff so you can get what you want and have that look that you want, which is great. Because you go all out. You can go all out and do what you want.
It's so hard to make your character look like you. So you have to
Yeah,
make
you can't.
you have to do the ideal character.
So
that
you won't
looks
be
good.
able. You're not going to have the character customization where you can change how like your face really looks too much. They're going to have kind of like presets, and you kind of go with the presets. But you have customization for like your fashion style.
Yeah, see, and that's fine. You know, like I said, I just hate the fact that we have so much customization and everything else. And I understand once you're behind the wheel, who cares what you look like? But if you're going to give me the option to you know, and if I'm in a race suit, cool, not a big deal. I don't care what it looks like. It's just going to be the same suit, but different designs on it, right? Different colors,
Mhm.
different shape of a helmet. All right, cool. But if you're going to give me the casual aspect of it, at least give me something that I can make resemble myself a little bit. I don't have to have perfect resemblance. I understand, you know, the face symmetry, this and that, body size, cool. Give me something that I can come close to. Fine, 5 options. All right, cool. I don't care about that. But why does it always have to be the jean shorts that are rolled up,
Mhm.
or the super tight ankle jeans? You know what I mean? It's like, why does it have to be that? Why can't we have cargos? And I saw somebody here wearing cargos in this, so I'm good to go. But
Oh
it's
my god, they
like
have a GTR, a Skyline GTR. I'm sold.
they've got Godzilla.
They
It's like, I
always-
need
there's
my
always a
pockets,
GTR.
man.
See?
Give me my pockets.
There's
Yeah,
always a
we-
GTR.
I'm happy we got Godzilla here. Now the next question is, do we have one of the greatest underrated cars out there that got banned? I'm sorry, not banned. They got disqualified for a broken headlight in the Le Mans. They won. They got first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, but that got disqualified for a couple of them. So they got first, second, and fifth. The Mini Cooper, the actual
Yes.
old Mini Cooper. Yes, not the
Like the
BMW version.
65 like was it
No,
67
they,
or something like
the
that?
I don't
Mini
know.
Mini
I don't know
Cooper.
if it's in Motorfest yet, because there's a lot of cars that were in the Crew 2 that they're
Okay.
slowly going to bring into Motorfest.
Nice.
So I don't know if it might not. I don't think it's available in here right now, but they do have a whole bunch of playlists dedicated to vintage cars.
Nice.
Nice, because 1,250
Oh!
pounds of a car, nice little shell, and these little cars were beating Roadrunners
Oh yeah, no, they're taking off, man.
because
They weighed nothing.
Mustangs. But the problem was they weren't beating them on the straights; they were beating them on the turns. So yeah, the straights are running away from them, but as soon as the turns came up, they were like sliding around the corner and just like they weren't even sliding; they were just hugging the corners, taking the turns, beating them. Manicotti off of those other cars.
One of the great things also when you play with the vintage, if you do like the vintage like playlist, it's a lot of fun because they get you immersed in like the time period, because they'll take away the nitrous, because those cars didn't have nitrous, so you won't have nitrous. So your racing is going to be completely based on your driver ability, not the fact that you have nitrous and you can just gun at the end. And they changed the music, so which is cool.
They
So
take
it's
away the
just-
street lights because there was no electricity.
no, they don't go that far. They don't go that far. But you get it's just fun. So like if you're like in like a I don't know, like a 50s, like I don't know, Bel Air or something, you feel like you're in the 50s a little
Oh.
bit. It's fun.
Oh,
Oh, that tree didn't take
yeah.
kindly to that.
This
But
guy is
for
dumb.
those that have watched me race and have seen my Mini Cooper, that Mini Cooper is based on a real one that I saw when I was in Greece. Okay, so I will always make one, and if I could in real life, I will make one just like that one. Those little 12-inch wheels, right? Not rims, wheels.
They're going to be releasing more cars in December. So like
See.
my cars that I import over, I'm not getting all my cars because some of them are going to be slowly implemented later. But once they add it, I already have it.
That'll be good. That'll be good. You see, and
All
that's
right.
what we need to figure out a way to do. Kind of like what I've been saying with Madden and all those sports games where you're paying full price for a whole new game with micro implementations that they put on there, micro
Yeah.
adjustments to the game. And it's like, why? Just give me a new season. for the next 4 years,
That
and
would be
then
something.
build it for a new one. And they could do the same thing here. Give me those same cars, give me the same builds that I've already built, and then go from there. Add more vehicles. And I understand that they have to redo the contracts every game, but if they do it like that as a platform, these games could be huge. Yes, I am a fan of the Italian Job, actually. I
that
am.
was a
I'm a
good movie.
fan and not a fan because it hurt to see those cars get trashed. But I am a fan because they were unbelievable
The handling they have them in all those tight streets.
Yes, exactly. Just unbelievable. It felt like home.
As you can see here, the wipers work.
So, let's see. Let's check in with the chat real quick. Doggy Dog says, make sure that you play the demo today. It ends tomorrow, I believe. So, yeah, I got to make sure I play it. And shout out to Sir X-Man. Thank you so much for joining us, Sir X-Man. You are the real MVP. He says, what's Xbot doing here? I have to rewatch it. I just got up. You should rewatch all of my episodes.
You lazy Bavarian cupcake.
Bavarian cupcake.
Bavarian cream.
Bavarian cream donut, you.
I hope what I said is actually a food. I have no idea.
Well, Bavarian cream is a real thing.
Yes.
I don't know if a cupcake is.
So maybe you fill the
Bavarian
cupcake.
chocolate.
Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah,
go.
so it could definitely be a thing. And I'm hungry again. Thank you.
Lost Boomer says TCM tonight. Don't know what that is. Starfield Monday, Liza P Tuesday, Party Animals Wednesday, Payday 3 Thursday. I don't have time to play it. Well, not everybody does, sir. But yeah, Scott Free says the way it is with the Winnie Coopers, Miatas, and 86s. Those were made for the corners. Yes.
Ooh, he said the Miatas. Yeah, America's version. Even though it's Japanese, it's still they're made in America. But
That's
yeah,
right.
that's
and they got the Miatas. If you're an MX5 guy, they got them.
and thank you for using the real name too. I appreciate that too. Yeah.
So the Crew Motorfest, I want to play this because, the old saying, iron sharpens iron, right? Forza needs competition so that they can be better. Forza Horizon has been on top, unchallenged for so long that, they need somebody. Somebody's got to come. Need for Speed, Unbound is trying, Test Drive is trying. And now the Crew Motorfest, I think, is going to be the best competition for them because, Need for Speed already had a field before. Test Drive has a field before, but the Crew and Ubisoft, they're not afraid to go 180 and just completely rehaul the game. Speaking of the Miata,
is there a V8 Miata?
Not to my knowledge.
Not by the company.
They might made one. Like they might have made one, just not released it. I know BMW did it.
No,
they made a V8 one, but they just didn't release it.
We do the American conversion. Put the LS swap in there.
Unless you do like a swap yourself. But
Yeah.
officially,
Private swaps definitely happen,
but yeah, officially, I don't know what they actually did.
No, they never did for officially.
Give me a BMW Z4, by the way. When it comes to the
Literally,
lightweight roadsters,
that's your starter car option. So like for your starter car, you can get
Z4.
You can get the Z4, the S2000, or that one Mustang. I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the Mustangs.
Oh my gosh!
I ignored the
starter.
Mustangs. I ignore the Mustang, but yeah, you get the I think it's the M something. Which one was it? It's the
M5.
Not the M5. I think it's the M3 Z4.
Yeah.
Yo, Doggy Dog, I will let you know. The Need for Speed, the last one made by Ghost, was actually good. All right, like the last one that Ghost Studio made was really good. I have no idea. I think it was Unbound. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was. They were finally back. They were finally back to Need for Speed, and then what did they do? Completely changed, destroyed the studio, and completely changed it again. Like I have no faith in the direction of Need for Speed anymore. Yeah.
Just bring back Underground.
I mean, that's what they're going to have to do just to get people back to like, oh, and then when they first announce it, people are going to be like, okay, are you going to make it trash though? Like that's what the first thing they're going to think.
Right. And Sir X-Man says Test Drive did open world first before everybody else did it. They might have did it first, but Horizon does it better. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, and this is what I'm saying. I am all for competition. That's the only way that, because every time Horizon comes out, I'm like, how are they going to make it better? How are they going to make it better? And they always do.
They always do.
There
They
are
always do. But
features.
now, that other people are seeing that arcade racers are a big deal.
Yeah.
Never be
it
game
only
of the year.
spurs competition, and
Never.
some studios are going to come up with ideas that the Horizon team may never have thought of.
The only
Or
thing about
implementations that they
Horizon,
never have thought of, and it's just going to be better games for all of us.
Axel, the only thing about Horizon right now that I would say would be kind of like a negative for me that hopefully competition would fix is their kind of like their progression direction in the story or game. Like it just feels kind of flat. I like an escalation of like excitement and like tense, like, you know what I'm saying? There's really nothing in their story that does that, in completing kind of like the festival. So hopefully with, the crew, if it comes up and it does well, hopefully it gets them to be like, hey, we got to get more of a story going here, more of a flow with emotion and intensity and stuff like that, and not just about the racing. I hope that would be the outcome in terms of Horizon here.
I hope so too. The Crew Motorfest is okay. It's in the 70s average through Open Critic.
Meta who? Oh, Open Critic.
Open.
Do I have to say Open who? Do I have to do that?
Yeah. we don't talk about Meta whatever here.
Yeah, Meta who? No, what?
Because some of the people they allow on there just shouldn't be allowed on there. So yeah, that's all I'm saying is I hope it spurs competition. I do want to try the demo. I'm looking forward to it. And Terry, we had a poll.
We had a poll. All right, the Crew Motorfest has a 5-hour demo. Are you trying it? 42% said they're revving up their engines. 36% are undecided. What? It's a free demo. And then 21% are they do not do demos.
That was a nice third option escape there. That's very PC like, Axel. I just Terry, like I'm just saying, like that was a little, it could have went a little bit more, period. Like it could have been like, no, hell no, period. But no, you didn't do that.
You gotta give the folks options.
Everybody loves options. To Terry that I'm downloading, revving my engines is so high, by the way. I just want to let everybody know it's because of her.
It's just, I mean, there are features that Horizon has that Motorsport doesn't, that I wish they did, and that's more for when it comes to like search. Like if you're looking for like a custom made livery that someone did, Horizon has it where you can actually kind of like do like a search. And kind of get something in the idea of what you want. Motorsport, like none of the crews do that. They have like what's the popular 100 or what's the newest stuff you can go through, but they don't have a way to be like, yo, I want something that's yellow or something that has this or that on it. You can't really pinpoint the search, which sucks. But it's still fun to play.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. That was the arcade version of the racers today. But let's get off that arcade crap. Let's get off the guys that run you off the road and into rocks.
Come on, man.
Let's get into the real deal where tire pressure matters, downforce matters, suspension matters, weight matters. Let's get into the simulation.
Endurance, baby.
And of racing. Let's get into Forza Motorsport coming out. It's been six long years.
A long time.
Xbot and a long preview. People were giving previews. I hope you watch some content. We're gonna open it up with our guest Xbot. What do you got?
Oh, bro, like Forza Motorsport, man, leading up to the release, I gotta say it's been an up and downhill for me. The first announcement like looked incredible. And then we get a little more information and come to find out kind of like the upper level ray tracing and stuff like that was they're doing kind of like what they did in GT7. When you replay and stuff like that, they're boosting up the graphics. I I had an issue with that at first. I'm like, no, I want my replays to look exactly how the game is playing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a boost and stuff. On the second showing, the lighting in like the menus and stuff looked off, and I got a little concerned, at least aesthetically. I already knew what was going on under the hood, man. You know, I've been researching that game, dude. It was in a playable state like 2 years ago, so like all this extra time, man. They just really built into this a lot. I gotta say the gameplay that they have shown recently has put everything to rest, any of my doubts to rest. Hearing what people are saying about the game and then seeing it in motion. For people who like racing, who get into racing games, who like closed circuit and stuff, when you see this gameplay, you can see that it's gonna feel different. You can see, like, I did put out a little clip on Twitter, and it showed the Civic Type R coming in deep into a turn, going over the red and white checkered bump, right? The speed bump over there, getting into the gravel. You saw the tail slide. You saw the change from the tarmac into the bump, over the bump, into the gravel. You saw all the motion in the car. Like, I've not seen that in any racing game yet. That includes Gran Turismo, people. All right. Like, when it comes down to the bump animations and the physics, when it comes to the bump in GT7, for people who are claiming absolute greatness over there, like, you need to check yourself on that. All right. You really do. Because it's easy to see for people who are into racing games, not people who are into console wars. And then just want to point out prettier this, that, and whatever. No, but people who are into racing games, you can see the major leap that 6 years have done to Forza Motorsport. It looks incredible. And then, like, the most important thing is the physics, right?
Yes.
All right. But that polish across the top, looking at the atmosphere, that you can see the density in the air. You can see like a hot, humid summer day, as opposed to like an October afternoon in that game. Like, you can see it in the atmosphere, and to see what they've done graphically, it blows my mind. They were doing, upgrades every 2 years, right? And every time, like, with Motorsport at one point in time every year, and then Horizon came in, it was every 2 year type situation. Okay.
Yep.
We like you said before, Axel, they always step the bar up within that 2 year cycle. We didn't think it was possible, and every time they did it, they had 6 years, and you can tell from the gameplay now. You can absolutely tell. You can tell that it's going to feel more natural. And then with Terry with the grass, you talk about Forza with grass, right? And I know the 2-dimensional kind of like patterning when it comes to Horizon.
Yeah.
You saw the grass
now.
You saw the grass in Motorsport. The first time I have ever seen it actually look real on the side of the track. It doesn't look like a Rogaine accident from hell on somebody's green hair. Okay? Like, it looks natural. You can actually see the tire track patterns in the dirt from people who've gone off of that. And it all blends in. Like, it's absolutely insane what they've done. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait for this game.
I'm there with you. I'm going to hold my thoughts here to the end. Let's go to Terry. Terry, Forza Motorsport. I know you're more of a Horizon fan, but
I'm not. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so I definitely am not a simulation person per se. I mean, I do it for like motorcycle games. Like I enjoy. I'll play Ride, and I'll enjoy doing more of a sim with that. But when it comes to cars, I don't know. I think it's because growing up, they didn't really have simulation racing wasn't a thing. It was everything was arcade. So I think it's just because that's what I played the longest, and that's what I'm used to. It's hard for me to change that habit. So I can't get into the simulation racers. Like I feel like for me, if I want that kind of experience, I'll go and I would rather go to do that in real life on the track. You know, I don't know. That's just me. But I mean, it looks beautiful. Like I said earlier, like Forza is like the pinnacle of like beauty when it comes to racing games. Like it looks stunning. It looks stunning, and it's just for me. I can't do sim. I can't do it. I don't have the patience for that for a game.
Oh man, Dreadpool, I know you love not using your brakes. I know you like drifting. I know you love slamming onto walls to guide your
You
turns.
said card riding, man. Car riding.
That's right.
Man.
But this is Forza Motorsport, where brakes
You
matter.
get penalized for this.
That's
No,
right.
nope. Keep going. But you don't know.
You don't know.
Dreadpool, where are you on Forza Motorsport. Sorry.
You know what? There is a racer that happened. I believe it was this past year. It was this past year that literally took his game racing and said, "You know what? I think I can do this in real life," and he did. He rode the wall and pulled it off.
Oh, the NASCAR race. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I race like a real racer does. Okay? Real racers have learned from me.
Not before that time. Not before that
Oh, I've
time.
been
No
doing
real
that
racer did
Yeah,
that.
but they finally learned from me. Wall ride. Hey, if I
power
can
of the
slide it
Dreadites.
just right and slide on that wall and ride it, it will keep me in motion and faster.
Yes.
So no,
Friction doesn't slow anybody down, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It doesn't. When it comes to mechanics like that, for some reason, it does not slow you down. You got the good enough wax, you slide on that.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Turtle
keep
wax
on
all the
going.
way.
Triple coat, turtle
Yeah,
wax.
yeah.
All day.
Just got to make sure. They say if you grind it, you can find it, and he found it.
You can find it. Wow.
I never heard that before, and now I
Never
will
heard that in
never
racing
unhear
terms,
it.
but all right.
It's a common term for those that know how to drive stick.
Yeah.
Can't find it, grind it.
Oh, man.
yeah.
That's
So I
destruction.
altered it to my driving style. You got to remember, I grew up in the 90s when skating was like the newest, biggest thing, and skaters were everywhere.
Yes.
So,
yes. You guys were like an infection. I remember.
Dude, rail grinds, yeah. So I took it to the next level. I took it to the from those four wheels to the next set of four wheels with a motor. No, but yeah, this is going to be a fun game. I don't like getting into the nitty gritty of the tuning. In real life is different.
I don't do it either.
When it comes to cars, I just play my cars as is.
No, you
but
got the tune, baby. That's the point of
No,
this game.
I upgrade. I upgrade. I don't.
I'll
tune.
do upgrades, but I don't fine tune.
Yeah.
So
I'll spend hours tuning my car.
you see,
Well,
I don't have the time for that.
I gotta understand transmission gears to actually adjust the gears. Like it, I have tried learning this so many times, and I fail as soon as the car gets on the track. So I don't even do that. I will upgrade parts, and as soon as parts feel good, all I rely on after that is skill.
I let it auto tune on the when I upgrade parts. Yeah, just do the auto tune, let it do its own thing, and then it's all skill. And if it's called grinding a wall, I'll grind the wall.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not skill. That's not
skill,
it is
bro.
skill.
That's called dirty racing.
No,
I will argue
skill.
with you on that one, sir.
It's skill when you do it with a moving vehicle.
Now, if you did a
Not
dark
everybody
slide,
can do that.
if you did a dark slide and took the lead and continued racing, then I'd be like, wow, that's a skill.
No, it's funny though when you do certain things, you're on the outside and you find that hole and you just swing over on the inside and you pass everybody, or vice versa, you're on the inside and you see everybody bunching into that turn and you go around the outside and they're all like, how the heck did you just do that? It's like y'all were bumping into each other. I just right around you.
Guys, just look at this gameplay right here. And I know it's
Mhm.
compressed, you know, what we're
This one
dealing with.
here. No, this one here reminds me back in the day. This is great with all the fog in the morning.
Yes.
You know, it's thicker, and then as you get into it, it kind of dissipates, but yet it's still thicker further down, and it's impressive with the sun shining across as it's rising and then blinding you eventually. It's just this. When it comes to realism, this is there, and you got to remember, these racers are actually using Forza as their training wheels per se, because they will compare their times to what they actually do, and they notice when you're in the game, you actually have better times because you're actually pushing that risk factor even harder than you actually do in real life, because in real life that one little screw up does not get a push a Y and rewind. You know, so you're talking about thousands of dollars down the drain, and you know, not just in the car but in the race itself that you're not going to make anymore. You know, so that potential of winning money is gone. You know what I mean? So your numbers are dwindled. You know, so your investors that are put money up into the car and the work and all that, it's just, you know, it's a big risk. But when you're playing these games, and that's why
you could throw it.
Yeah, you could push it down. And that's why when they redeveloped the tire traction technology on this
to
game,
8 points per tire.
Yeah.
People, you guys realize how huge that is, right?
It went from 1 per tire to 8. I mean, how is that not awesome?
That you don't understand how huge it means. When it comes to racing, you have to know tire pressure. You have to know tire heat. We've gone out there, and because it's so hot, we've been blanketing tires to keep the sun off of them, to keep the pressure down, because it's altering the pressure on it. So we're trying to keep the pressure at a lower pressure, because we know it's going to build up as we go, but we're trying not to build it up too soon. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do.
Here's Dreadpool right here. Right there. That's Dreadpool in a
look
nutshell.
at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm watching.
And he comes through. Look, just out of
he advanced something like 6 positions.
If it wasn't for that guy, he C-blocked me. He cannoli blocked me, and you know, I would have been even further up. I would have been 3rd place.
I would have been 3rd place. Dreadpool's talking like he did this.
I came in all hot in the corner there, but I kept it under control, and it felt really good.
Everything I learned from racing, I learned from Forza.
And I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, I don't. No,
Hey,
nobody.
Anyways,
Bobby,
back to
nobody.
Forza.
I've got the link for the Axel and Doggy run themselves off the road and blame me, but I will post it at the end of the show at our outro. So stay tuned for that one. Stick around, and I will post it so you guys can see that little clip, and you'll see that they're all full of it. I was running my line.
There was a, I think it was Horizon 4. I was doing a race. I was doing a race on the, I think they had like their version of like the Indianapolis track. So it was just like the oval track. And no lie, I was doing a race with my buddy, and we were going like full out, like over 100 laps, like full out. It got to this one point where I actually did a full lap on 2 wheels against the wall. It was ridiculous.
Oh, you had 2 wheels up against the wall. You're driving.
Yeah, I was riding the wall. I was literally doing. Yeah, I was like wall running it, and I did like I went all the way around it doing that, and it was the funniest thing ever. And it worked. It worked.
See.
Did that way before NASCAR
That's
did
not
it.
because of you, Dread. What are you doing right now?
I've been doing this Gran Turismo.
Years before
If I could do it in
NASCAR
pole
did it.
position, if I could do it in pole position, I would have. But I've been doing it since Gran Turismo.
If I could do it in pole position.
Pole position was a tough ass game. Let's be real, people.
That game was so great.
I mean, I learned my driving through Spy Hunter.
Oh my God.
Blowing
You just
everything
blast
up.
your way through
I
it.
believe it. I believe it. The way you drive, yes,
Totally.
I 100% believe it.
He never got into the van at the end of the mission. He just slammed right into it.
I tried to get around the van. Are you kidding me? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to go
Blow
in.
it up. Everything gotta go.
So Forza Motorsport, like first off, I tried Gran Turismo because everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great on the PS1," and it felt like you were going slow, right? So I never played another racing game because after Need for Speed Underground, I didn't want to play another racing game.
Nobody told you in the beginning of Gran Turismo. I mean, you're like level D license, and you're going like
yeah, you had to
40
take
miles an hour.
tests. I tried it. I tried it. I tried it. I didn't
Oh,
feel like
okay, all
grinding.
right. No, I was just saying
Turismo,
because
that was
it
my
was slow in the beginning.
That was my very first introduction into sim racing, and that's why I hate Turismo so much because I hated it. I had the worst experience of my life trying to play that game.
And then no analog stick, just the D-pad. It was
the worst experience of my life.
Worst experience of my life, yeah.
And yeah, so it put a permanent stain on sim racing for me. I can't do it.
So the last great racer I played again was Need for Speed Underground, right? And then I didn't play again until Forza Horizon 4. Like, it looks so good. I'm like, I got to try it. It got me back into racing. So I went out and got Forza Motorsport 7. And boy, was I blown away. It was so much more fun than that a sim racer should be. And it looked so good. I don't even know how they could make any
to this day
games look better. To this day, it looks great. Right? And then Forza Horizon 5 came out. Love it. But I have been dying to get my hands on Motorsport because I am more of a sim race guy. I love that fine tuning. I love that the fact that it matters how much tire pressure you have, that you can, like, your gear shifting, depending on the track, will separate the men from the boys. They might have a faster car than me, like, I have a 900 rated car and I'm over here with my 780. But that gear, like, just because I know how to tune my car, I will smoke them.
You want to hear something funny here?
I will smoke them.
My daughter at 4 years old, 4.5, right? Forza Motorsport 7 comes out. I get it. She's racing. She actually spun out and still raced and came in first place. She got spun out by the AI and I was showing my friends how good she plays, and she's playing at 4.5 years old, and they're like amazed. Little did they know I like did all the assists and everything for her. I mean, come on, at 4 years old, she wasn't gonna have any fun unless I did all that. But it was just funny watching
that's still an accomplishment at 4.
Right.
Even with
the assist on.
Yeah, your car's not going to drive itself. I mean, you got to have an understanding of, okay, I need to turn right here. I need to go down this hill. Like, there's understandings that need to be done. And at 4 years old, that is amazing, right?
I had all the assists on braking, steering, acceleration. I had everything that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
And she, again, one of the races, one of the AI spun her out and she still came in first. And I'm like showing the playback and people are like, 4. Like, yeah,
like 4.
So this is a sim racer, and if you think about it, if you're having a hard time with how heavy of a sim racer it is, you can make it more fun by easing it up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely
make it more arcade.
You can make it harder. You can make it tougher. You can make it lighter. Like,
you can pretend that you're a 4-year-old too. Don't worry about it. 40 going on 4. No,
listen, don't talk to my homeboy crap like that, okay? Like, crap difficulty mode is a thing. We all know it, okay? All right.
Hey, my daughter can still kick his anchovies.
He'll probably say yes. He'll be like, yeah, no, she'll whip my tail, no problem.
No, and the thing that is so great about Forza Motorsport to me that I'm looking forward to is the thing that Forza Horizon lacks. And I mean, lacks it bad, is a proper replay camera, right? Like this is something that Forza Motorsport does so well because it's obviously a set track. It knows where to put the cameras. It's been done, right? So you get to watch your replays and stuff. And I don't know, I like watching my replays because sometimes I think I have an awesome race. But the thing I'm most looking forward to in Forza Motorsport is that the rubber banding is gone.
Yes.
And the AI now is so good that they will beat you without cheating. Or you will beat them without cheating, depending on how good you are, right?
I still
Depending
want
on what
the.
difficulty you put it on.
Yes.
Like-
Yeah,
Well,
depending on
I
the difficulty. Like if you go full sim, I mean,
I
you better
still
know what you're doing.
I still want to
Yeah.
race against Axel because Fastback knows he's raced against me. He's raced against my avatar. My avatar races like me.
Dirty.
Oh, I will say
Yeah,
when it
I
comes to
know.
Forza and Fastback, I've definitely beaten quite a few rival times in Forza that had Fastback's name on it. So yeah, I
Yeah,
have.
and but the one thing that does make me sad is that drivatars are gone, so you can't make extra money on the side anymore. So
Well,
that kind of sucks.
The thing
and
about drivatars were like the last couple iterations, they
Mhm.
weren't using your data. They were just basically AI with your
With your
friends'
name on
names
it,
on them.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't
I
know,
like
I
when
think-
they first did it. No, you can go back. You can check.
Yeah,
You can
when
go
they first
back.
did
No,
it, they
I-
raced
I
the way you
agree.
raced. They made the mistakes you made.
Yeah, they took
Mhm.
that only lasted like 1, maybe 2 years. That's it. And then
Yeah.
the drivatars just became AI with your friends' names on it. Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, but yeah,
Fastback has something to say about that one because not too long ago he raced against me apparently,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
and it was me
And-
apparently.
Oh no. With the wall running.
probably
no,
ran him
with-
into a
with-
wall. No,
No, with the car bouncing.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That first corner, every game, that first corner is the deadliest corner.
Oh, first corner roulette. That's a thing in
Yeah.
Forza. First corner roulette. Who's
first
gonna
corner
make
roulette. Yeah.
That's a thing in
It's-
real life. What are you talking about?
it?
Another thing I love about this is that, unlike Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer believes in generations, and this is a Gen 9 only game. There is no Xbox One version of this. It's only Xbox Series versions to get that
But-
extra compute power.
But you can still play it on your original Xbox One.
Via cloud, of course. Yeah.
Yes, which means they're still that promise they had. They're still keeping it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that. I cannot wait for this game. I cannot wait for the sounds. I hear that the audio from the people I've heard is much better. They said that some of the car scans are old. They have 500 cars, and some of the car scans are old and need to be updated when you compare it to the competition. But they said they'd rather have 500 cars versus no cars. So there you go. Instead of 300 scanned cars, they'd rather have 200 extra unscanned cars
And
with
this is
older
a game
models.
as a service anyway. So over time they'll be updating things. Like they'll get those car scans in. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Over time.
Over
That's
time, yeah.
that's the biggest thing that excites me about this. And I know a lot of people, when you say a game as a service, a lot of people will kind of like turn their nose to that, right?
That's why I like saying platform.
No,
Because it can
okay,
still
but
be a
it
games
is.
as a
I mean, it
service.
is a game as a service, and the thing about it is, I play racing games, I play sports games. These games, I feel, are perfect for that model.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily need a sequel if you can upgrade it, and that's one of the reasons why it took 6 years. They rebuilt it so this way they can upgrade the game over time way easier. They were having
they made the whole
such an
Forza
issue
Tech
before.
engine. They overhauled
Yeah.
the crap out of it, man.
Yeah, and that's one of
Exactly.
the reasons why. And if you look down the road, like what's going to happen with this? This is going to be the epitome of like closed circuit racing on Xbox, and it's just going to keep growing over time,
Mhm.
and it's going to get racers into Game Pass because it's just going to keep evolving. And that's what I'm excited for. Do you guys remember they're talking about rally races and stuff like that?
Mhm.
People forgot about that. Nobody's really saying that. We've seen track racing a lot, but
They didn't forget about when they said drag racing wasn't going to be in there and a few other modes.
Yeah, drifting and drag won't launch.
Yeah, at launch. So they got upset about that. But at the same time, like
Mhm.
to Xbox's point, it's going to be there. And if it's a games as a service, that's why, I like platform. If it's a platform, you can add to the platform.
Mhm.
mhm.
Games as a service always gets a bad rap. But if you say it's a platform that's going to have longevity, that could be literally what games as a service is, but without
Yeah.
the bad connotation.
Yes,
Definitely agree.
absolutely. So Scott Free asks, this is the difference is on GT, if you race with the wheel, you can feel your car braking traction. Not sure if Forza will have that. We'll see. I did watch a review of someone comparing the wheels and the default settings on Xbox on this older build. Again, this is they sent out a much older build. He said it was not great. He needed to fine tune his wheel a lot to get it to respond to the way he was used to it. So hopefully Xbox addresses that.
I think I
before
saw
launch.
that video. And then once he got it where he wanted it,
Mm-hmm.
he said that it is like 10 times better than what their support used to be, especially with the 180-degree turning.
Oh yeah, yeah. The wheel moving more than before. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, they really did put their time in it. There's a bunch of different aspects now when it comes to racing games like this, man. You got to think about the wheel support and all that other stuff way more than you had to in the past. You know, there's a lot more people that are more dedicated to certain genres like racing and will spend the extra money on all these peripherals. Me personally, I won't, at least not yet. I still like playing on the controller on the gamepad, but you never know down the line.
This is a racing sim, and it's for those people that take it seriously. Like
I might
it's
get the
not just there
Recaro
for
seat and all
for
that
the
stuff.
Xbox fans like us, but it's also there for the hardcore guys that are going to spend $500 on a racing sim wheel.
Yeah.
You want to go hardcore, forget the wheel and just use the D-pad.
No way. No way. I got a manual
Listen,
shift.
sir, I come from your era, and I'm
ready for Forza.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I still play with the D-pad every once in a while in the racing, and it's just funny how it's funny how you're used to tapping. You know, when you turn, you don't press and hold, you just tap 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 tap
tap tap tap tap tap. Yeah.
The car gets all jerky. It's like
yeah, exactly. Micro adjustments.
Yeah.
Oh crap! We're gonna get paid. We're gonna start paying for micro adjustments.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it's a good thing it's not on Unity.
Oh,
damn! I'm done.
Oh, damn. Shout out to A-Fan. Thank you so much for joining us. You are the real MVP. This is the first time I see your name, so thank you so much for tuning into the channel. He says, good morning. Hear this out, dude. Yo, I know a person that is 5 to 6 day worker, family type in his own life, not in the gaming stuff like that, that is going to Xbox because of the PS price hike. Lovely. Hey, man. Price matters. My money matters, man.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah. And Sir X-Man is one of those guys that has the Fanatic Elite wheel club with sports pedals and a fantastic shifter. Yeah, so some people, you can get into
Sir
this
X-Man,
as much.
stop talking about your PC. We're tired of hearing it, sir.
The good news is, though, this will run natively on PCs if you got the rig for it.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, no, he was on next podcast last week. He has a tendency to come on whenever he wants. It's weird. But yeah, no, and he comes in and every time he's like, yeah, I'm playing Forza Motorsport on PC. Like, he's got to put that in all the time. Yeah, I can't wait to play it on PC. I'm like, dude, why? Why are you doing that? He'll talk about his 3 screens and everything. Like, I don't know. Might not want him on here. I don't. He's crazy. Crazy old man.
Sounds like Sir X-Man's overcompensating for something. Love you, brother.
Yeah, Sir X-Man. What's going on there?
So, another thing, ray tracing in every mode. That's awesome. Dude, and ray tracing on track. I just cannot wait for this game. The thing I don't like, though, is the leveling of the car. So, like, I'm a tuning guy. If my car is fishtailing, I want more downforce on the back. That doesn't unlock until like level 10 or 15 or something like that. And that kind of sucks for someone like me, right? Because I have to unlock it instead of just adjusting it. So that kind of does suck. The leveling system is like, okay, well, level 1, you can do this. Level 2, you can do that. So I kind of wish that leveling was like, okay, you get 1 upgrade for 300 points or whatever it is, right? Forza points. So the leveling system, the RPG, the car PG portion of it maybe needs some fine tuning. But again, they were playing an older build, so maybe they already addressed that. So yeah. But we'll see. Otherwise, I am very excited. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to enjoy the ever-living crap out of this game, man. I cannot wait to finish that campaign, start my car collection, get an A, B, C, D, S1, S2, and X car of every model for every type of track. That way I can do the online races, no problem.
When does this game come out?
October 8th.
October? Sweet.
I believe October 8th.
Yes.
Also, like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then Closed Circuit Racing Euphoria will be out in the public.
If you get, like I said, I'm not real big on Sims, but F1 is one that I do like playing. If you guys haven't played F1, I think 22 is still on Game Pass. I mean, that
No,
is
yeah.
a fun game to play if you haven't tried it, and it would give you something to kind of get you ready for when this one drops, because they do factor in, you know, the tires and the heat,
Mhm.
the energy for your car, and all that stuff. So, you know, battery life. So you know, it's another good one to, you know, get you by.
I like
And
to charge
F1
my
did
cell
score
phone
very
in my
high.
racing car.
It's
right up
really
there.
good. Like
Yep.
that's the one that I do have fun playing, because it has enough features in there for me to customize it to where I can enjoy it. And let me tell you, when you're going around those corners in like like the first person, like over the hood, and you get it's just your adrenaline starts to go up, because it's just, they did a really good job with it. It's very intense, and it's you know, like when you look at a lot of racing games, it's very easy to pass people and stuff. Like Formula, like it's very realistic in the sense that you gotta battle to move up a position. And
Yeah,
it's-
and if
it's-
you touch
Yeah.
tires, you're done. Yo.
yeah,
Like,
so
yeah.
like if you're into that kind of like challenge to where you actually have to battle to move up position, then I highly recommend you play.
As
F1.
long as it's not Monaco, nobody passes anybody in Monaco. Monaco's the most boring F1 racing.
they got all of the stuff.
No,
No,
I know a general contractor that tells me about it all the time. He's on Xbox with the F1 racer, and he's always doing these battles, and he's like tuning the car, and he's always in the top. And when you look at his numbers, people are like, I don't understand this. He's like, well, kid, you don't understand how to. He literally talks like that too. He's like, you don't understand how to set up a car, and obviously you don't know how to drive. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it
kid?
here first, Terry. It's funny
But-
because Terry tunes her car in real life.
I don't tune my car. Like I do repairs and like I do my own mechanic work, but I don't like tune it. Like I'm not
Just so
going
you
to
know,
the dyno. Okay.
Terry's car.
Terry has a show
Terry's car
car.
has a track mode.
No, it
Officers.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Terry has a show car, not even a trailer queen. It's a show car.
That's right.
She's
Oh,
a
man.
test.
But yeah, Forza Motorsport, cannot wait. Cannot wait for it. So excited. Xbox. Xbox. Anything else on Forza Motorsport you want to touch on?
Nah, man. I just it's really exciting to be on the verge of this game as a platform, Dread. Like, because I have a feeling, you know, once it comes out, of course, there's going to be some complaints with some things that aren't in there yet. But I think the overall package is just going to be it's just looking absolutely amazing. And then their ability to expand on it afterwards. Like, this is going to be, at least this generation, this is going to be my closed circuit racer. Like, I don't see any other game, like even on the horizon in development, that's going to take that away. I'm excited, man. I hope a lot of people out there are going to try it out. It's that Game Pass, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know,
Get
the
that
only
Game
thing.
Pass. But Terry, we had a poll. Is the audience excited for Forza?
All right. So 43% say give me the racing simulator. 31% like arcades more, and 25% don't play racing games.
All right. Well, there you go.
I
There's
like
something
that.
for everybody in Xbox, though, and today was the racing episode, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But before we do, Xbox, you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, first off, I want to thank the crew, man. It's been awesome hanging out this morning. I get up early a lot, even if I'm not working. So to get this invite, it was really fun. Definitely wanted to be on for a while. So shout out to Terry, Axel, Dread. Love you guys, man. You can find me anywhere you want to find me. It's simple. It's Xbot448. So if it's on Twitter, that's what you type in. YouTube, which I do have a channel. It is the home of the next podcast, and so definitely go over there and check that out as well. And man, I think I behaved pretty good today. Hopefully, you never know. Hopefully I could get an invite back at some point in time. I don't know if I behaved enough, man. Axel, you got to tell me. But
You did. You
okay.
did not drop the fettuccine bomb anywhere.
No, I didn't. Man. I was so proud of myself. But guys, thank you. And Terry, man, I absolutely love talking games, especially racing and stuff with you. I love talking with people that, you know, we don't have the same opinions all the time, but it's a blast. It's a blast. That's what I love about the community. You know, you never know. Maybe you can come on next sometime. You know, chop it up with K Mega and all of us, man. It would be great.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely. My beautiful wife, Luis Vian, who is the MVP of my life, says you should invite him again. Absolutely. He is on the list.
100%.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm surprised.
It has been a pleasure.
I'm surprised any of you guys have been listening to the prosciutto that Xbot has been saying all day.
I can't believe it. That's high quality right there. That's like $11.99 a pound. That's on the low level. Let's go.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, guys, we wouldn't be able to have this show without you guys, the chat. And that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to all of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. We're going to get out of here. Have yourself a fantastic Sunday. I'm Axel1324.
I'm Cool Cat Terry.
And I'm Dreadful, dropping the links for the Axel run off his own road segment.
Yes.
And we'll catch you guys next week.